4 minutes till start of broadcast. This broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. Here's your 2-minute time check. Mark. 'Here comes your 1-minute time check for this Auburn broadcast. Mark. 30 seconds till broadcast. Mark.
From the Auburn Sports Network and Playfly Sports, Auburn baseball is on the air. 25 NCAA tournaments, 8 regional titles, and 6 trips to the College World Series. Exclusive game day coverage begins with the leadoff show. Now, let's go out to the ballpark.
Of Auburn's 12 losses in the SEC, 7 have come by just 1 run, including last night in the start of the series between the 4th-ranked Tigers and number 5 Georgia. Good evening in War Eagle from the Rod Bramblett home radio booth at Plainsman Park with Brad Law and Quinn Burkeen in our Skyview Auburn studio. I'm Andy Bertram. Jake Marciano and Jackson Sanders held Georgia to just 2 runs on 7 hits last night. Auburn scored in the first and then was held scoreless for the remainder of the game. Georgia got 2 out solo homers from Daniel Jackson and Ryan Wynn, and that's all the Bulldogs needed behind the pitching of Joey Volchko and Matt Scott. They held Auburn to just 4 hits on the night to notch Georgia's 10th straight win. Auburn turns to Andreas Alvarez tonight. The sophomore right-hander is 8-2 with an ERA of 2.66. Georgia counters with Dylan Avigu. The junior right-hander is 4-1 with an ERA of 2.79. When we return, the Butch Thompson pregame report. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Enjoy baseball and softball season on the Plains with live sports radio. Presented by Alpha Insurance. Auburn Sports Network broadcasts are available with no delay at both Plainsman Park and Jane B. Moore Field. Every grand slam, stolen base, and strikeout. Yours with no delay. Look for the live sports radio kiosks around the ballpark. Live sports radio lets you take the broadcast with you at every football game. Plus, home men's and women's basketball games, baseball, and softball. Live sports radio. Presented by Alpha Insurance.
Children's of Alabama reminds you that every child's head injury should be treated like a serious injury until a doctor says it's not. The CDC estimates some 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions occur each year. Even a minor fall or collision may be a concern. Symptoms typically include headaches, unsteadiness, confusion, or sleepiness. To find out what to do in case of a suspected concussion, visit childrensal.org/concussion and always dial 911 in case of an emergency.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
Game day coverage of Auburn baseball continues now with the Butch Thompson pregame report.
Well, instead of the offensive onslaught that I think we all expected in game one, it was really well pitched on both sides last night.
Yeah, 2 pitchers for both sides, and absolutely it felt like old school SEC on a game one. We used to always call them Friday nights. We're still trying to adjust all these years with the Thursday nights being strange, but it felt like an old SEC game one. Both pitching staffs pitched great and gave their team a chance to win. And, you know, I think about a few at-bats in the ball game, and we saw a plethora. We saw a high usage of breaking balls of right-handers. I would expect that again today, and just need us to adjust a little bit more. You know, Guevara went 0 for 4, but I think of a couple at-bats. He got the RBI in the first on a ground ball at the leadoff double by McCrane. And then the line drive to shortstop seemed to be our chance with 2 outs, 2 strikes, and a runner at second. And, you know, we're just that one more. I will say from a positive standpoint, because we've been going since August and been grinding these last 6 weeks, I don't think it's a time for me as the head coach and leader and, you know, our people, our fans, this is our team, you know. And the one thing I'm excited about, again, is you see one arguably the best team in the country, and our pitching and defense has held up for a majority this entire the year. And, man, they can carry you. They can absolutely pitch and take you a long way in the postseason. That's positive. So the message for me is just kind of the one more. What adjustments can we make offensively? You know, we played some offense last weekend and played it. Been a slow week, but there's still a little power of 1 or 2 things that's got to happen in a ball game. I think think I walked away from here last night being disappointed with the outcome, disappointed with the result, but still feeling like this team's buttoned up pretty good. You know, our crowd's buttoned up if we get a chance to play here. Our team's buttoned up. We've really pitched it enough to make it really believable, and we played enough defense to make it believable. You know, not making an error at Mississippi State on the road last week. The play Rembert made there in the ninth was just tremendous. So we just got to keep going and just keep trying to find ways to identify and score a few more runs. And that don't mean Georgia's offense is not going to go crazy, but at least what I saw last night, there's still a strong belief that these guys can absolutely hook it up with anybody.
And you have been in this spot, even in this streak of 6 straight SEC wins in a row. You've been in this spot after dropping the first game and come back to win the series.
Yep, and we just talk about head down. The guys have always kind of impressed us, you know, with their ability to bounce back and get right back into the next game the next day. So hopefully we see that again. But nonetheless, this has been like a proving ground for a lot of growth, a lot of training for us, and I hope we can make a difference because, you know, really every team's staring it down. We're like, man, we're looking at maybe 5. You only guaranteed like 5 games, you know, the rest of this way. That's the point in time of the season. So no time to run or hide or roll over on your people or get discouraged from that standpoint. We got so much going for us. We're just looking for these little inches that can make a difference that we need to turn those 5 games into much more that's desired.
Turn it over to Andres Alvarez tonight. Boy, he is just every time you turn it over to him, he has produced for you this season.
Yep, and he's going to compete his guts out. So he's done that. He went from, like, I thought as a lower percentage strike pitcher. I don't think this is picking on him from, like, I'm just squirming. I can't sit in my chair and take my notes. I'm just squirming the whole time to, like, I can't wait now to watch him compete. That's been a huge step. The talent and the skill's always been there, but, man, he has me absolutely excited just for the way that he absolutely attacks with conviction every pitch he has made, and it's been fun to watch, and that's what I'm looking forward to tonight.
What is the key to getting out of this without big pitch innings, especially early in this one tonight?
Yeah, I just think it's getting the leadoff man out of there and then just getting on a roll. We just need to feel good about ourselves and the guys, me kind of encouraging them after game 1 of a series because they're just so disappointed not to get an outcome or score a couple of runs. They wanted Jackson Sanders in that game, and they know we're operating at a high level and not being able to break through. I think it's time to encourage. We've had plenty of times and a slower time in the season and been pushing them and dragging them a little bit. I woke up this morning feeling like what are ways that I can encourage our coaches and our players to keep trying to push, make some adjustments, and keep going, making them feel like we're playing a brand enough baseball against real high-level teams that if we keep figuring this thing out, it's going to make a difference.
Go get them tonight. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Hey, Tiger fans, it's college baseball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Backwards K's and Bar Burners. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this postseason. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Auburn baseball games or to any other live event in Auburn, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Auburn Tiger baseball. Let's go, Tigers. SeatGeek.
Children's of Alabama reminds you that every child's head injury should be treated like a serious injury until a doctor says it's not. The CDC estimates some 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions occur each year. Even a minor fall or collision may be a concern. Symptoms typically include headaches, unsteadiness, confusion, or sleepiness. To find out what to do in case of a suspected concussion, visit childrensal.org/concussion and always dial 911 in case of an emergency.
He's got the speed. He's got room. He's going to score.
No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM College Sports Radio.
For the win. Got it. Let's go.
Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through regular season and into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go.
Deep to center field. Oh, it's gone.
Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
BritBox has the best of British TV, period.
Let's get started.
The best mystery, period.
I like a good detective story.
The best romance, period.
This is the book that will open the heart of Miss Mary Bennet.
The best drama, period.
Welcome to the grown-up world.
Stream the best British period dramas, including The Lady, inspired by a true story of murder and scandal, and from the world of Jane Austen, The Other Bennet Sister, only on BritBox. Start your free trial at BritBox.com.
The starting lineups are presented by Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
We'll start with the Georgia Bulldogs, 22-6 in the SEC. Wes Johnson's team 42-11 overall. Here is their lineup tonight. Trey Phelps, the third baseman, leads off. Batting second, the catcher, Daniel Jackson. And hitting third, the first baseman, Matthew O'Shaughnessy. The cleanup hitter is the center fielder, Rylan Lujo. Batting fifth in left field, it's Kenny Ishikawa. Hitting sixth, the second baseman, Ryan Wynn. Jordy Oriach is the designated hitter for the Bulldogs tonight. He'll bat seventh. Hitting eighth, the shortstop, Colby Branch. And batting ninth in right field, it's Ryan Black. Again for Georgia, Phelps, Jackson, O'Shaughnessy, Lujo, Ishikawa, Wynn, Oriach, Branch, and Black. Now for Butch Thompson's Auburn Tigers, 35-17 overall, 16-12 in SEC play. A little more left-handed in the lineup tonight. Mason McCrane in right field leads it off. Third baseman Eric Guevara bats second, and hitting third, the catcher Chase Fralick. The cleanup hitter is the second baseman Chris Rembert. Ethan Bingaman plays first base and bats fifth. Hitting sixth, the left fielder Bub Terrell. Hitting seventh, the designated hitter Logan Gregorio. Cade Ballou gets the call in center field tonight. He will hit eighth. And batting ninth at short, it's Brandon McCrane. Again, for the Tigers, it's McCrane, Guevara, Fralick, Rembert, Bingaman, Terrell, Gregorio, Ballou, and McCrane. A couple of right-handers with sub-3 earned run averages and a combined record of 12-3 on the year going at it here in Game 2 of this series. We'll tell you about Andreas Alvarez and the year he has had. Will set the Auburn defense, and we'll get tonight's game underway after this final pregame timeout. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Hall of Fame quarterback Jason Campbell.
It's something to be said about seeing things through. And we live in a time and age where it's almost so you get blinded by the money or the dangle that some other school dangles out in front of you that makes it sound so perfect. And there's no perfect place. You know, if I got to expect Auburn to be perfect for me to be here, I'm probably not going to be here because Auburn can't be perfect. I can't be perfect. You can't be perfect. We can learn a lot in this day and age from the past of teaching these young men and women to see things through. It helped me in my National Football League career. I went through 6 coordinators out of 10 years in the National Football League. And I could adapt each time where others couldn't.
New episodes of the Talking Tigers podcast are released Mondays, wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast exclusively from the Auburn Sports Network.
Hey, Tiger fans, it's college baseball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Backwards K's and Barn Burners. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this postseason. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Auburn baseball games or to any other live event in Auburn, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Auburn Tiger baseball. Let's go, Tigers. SeatGeek.
Tigers have taken the field here at Plainsman Park as they try to even up this series with Georgia. Defensively, Bub Terrell in left, Cade Ballou in center, Mason McCrane in right field. Along the infield, it's Eric Guevara at third, Brandon McCrane at short, Chris Rembert at second. First baseman is Ethan Bingaman, and Chase Fralick is behind the plate. Andres Alvarez, 5'11", 199-pound sophomore right-hander, Seminole, Florida, 8-2 with a 2.66 earned run average and a dozen starts, 64 1/3 innings this year. One complete game included, 24 runs on 53 hits in 64 1/3 innings. He's walked 20, struck out 87. Opposition is hitting .224 against Andres Alvarez. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Massive crowd is building at Plainsman Park, and if you are looking for pregame activities, whether it's tomorrow or future visits to the Plains, check out opelikaunforgettable.com for stay and play options. Great hotels, unique restaurants, breweries, a distillery, tons of shopping options. Don't forget to visit Opelika's historic downtown entertainment district as well. Next game, pregame in Opelika. Well, we have perfect weather. We have a hungry Auburn baseball team against the SEC regular season champions. I don't know where else you'd rather be. Let's turn it over to the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, to get you going on a special Friday night at Plainsman Park.
And the first pitch weather forecast, Bradford, is brought to you by Jackson Services. When your comfort quits, Jackson Services shows up. Heating, air, and plumbing done right the first time. Family owned since 1973. Call Jackson Services today and feel the difference. Jackson Services, delivering comfort, creating trust. 76 degrees at game time tonight. Wind out of the south at 3 miles per hour. And clear skies, now mostly clear skies, overhead. It will be Trey Phelps, Daniel Jackson, and Michael O'Shaughnessy. The first three to face Andres Alvarez. Dating back to his last 4 appearances in 2025, he's 10-2, a 2.13 ERA, just 19 earned runs, 98 strikeouts, and 80 1/3 innings pitched. Coming into this one tonight, Auburn and Georgia. The right-hander winds and fires, and the first pitch to Phelps is fouled back. 95 on the gun for Andres Alvarez. Phelps 1 for 5 in last night's game. Bulldogs won it last night 2-1, a pair of 2-out solo home runs. The difference for the Dogs last night. Pitch, swing, and a miss. Woo. Fastball 95 and a little in. A little bit of gas.
No kidding. He's a little juiced up to start this game.
0-2 to Phelps. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Fastball just missed the inside corner. Gives me a chance to tell you that's Scott Kennedy working the plate tonight. Derek Malika down at first. He's the crew chief. Hank Himmonen at second. And Mayhew Edwards down at third. 1-2. Swing at the curveball and a strikeout.
Well, you could see that coming. Fastball, same spot, up and in. Okay, he's going to challenge me. I'm going to be ready, says Phelps. And then Dre broke out the curveball and had him flailing.
That's 99 strikeouts in 80 2/3 innings going back to his last 4 appearances from last season. And now you get Daniel Jackson, who's going to be the SEC Player of the Year. 1 for 2 last night with a homer. Pitch, low and away, ball 1. Jackson hitting .385 on the season, 26 homers, 75 runs batted in, and 24 stolen bases for a catcher. Alvarez, the wind, and the 1-0. Strike on the outside corner. His numbers, a little bit better, but he reminds me of the guy that has his jersey now on the outfield wall in Josh Donaldson. That junior year, as athletic a catcher as I've seen. Pitch, swing on a chopper, third base side, going to be a tough play. Gavar fields, throws to first, not in time. It's an infield single. Eric did everything he could.
Sure.
Bare hand stab through it perfectly at first, but Jackson beat it out for an infield single.
And because of his power, you have to play back there. And so Guevara's playing back, and he barely hit it off the end of the bat. It was the textbook swinging bunt there.
Jackson with 24 stolen bases, trying to reach a very elite club, the 25-25 club. 25 homers and 25 stolen bases. And we may see him attempt that right here. He gets out to the lead. This is Michael O'Shaughnessy, 0 for 4 in last night's game. Stretch in the pitch. Down and in for ball one. Left-handed hitter, batting .297, 17 homers and 48 runs batted in. Auburn got him last night for the most part with the off-speed stuff from Marciano and Jackson Sanders. Throw to first, and Jackson is back. An infield single for Michael O'Shaughnessy. Auburn in the shift. Rembert 20 feet on the outfield grass. The shortstop, McCrane, to the right side of second base, and Guevara basically playing shortstop right now. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Left side of the infield. Guevara comes in. Edge of the grass near the line, 2 outs. And that'll bring Rylan Lujo to the plate. 1 for 4 in last night's game. Center fielder for the Dogs bats .358 with 8 homers and 36 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter. Jackson now at first with 2 outs in the inning. Gets out to a pretty good lead. 2 outs, a runner at first for the Bulldogs, and a throw over. Jackson back, close but safe. On the tag on the back from Ethan Bingaman.
If Auburn continues to start hitters with off-speed pitches, Georgia might start to sit on that. You might see them run early, which is why you see early throws over to first in sequences.
Throw again to first, close, safe.
Auburn wants to challenge.
Well, Auburn challenged that.
Dre immediately asked for the challenge, and now Butch Thompson has asked for it.
So did Bingaman.
Yeah.
Butch ain't going to waste any time, is he?
Nope.
Challenging the safe call at first base. This play's under review.
Both pitcher and first baseman
sure did.
Were convinced. And we'll get a look at a replay from a great angle.
Really good throw. It's right there.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's going to be enough to overturn the call of safe.
Tag just under the right shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think that. I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to get overturned.
Jackson may have gotten the hand back in there.
It was really close, and the throw by Alvarez was nearly perfect.
The look on Butch Thompson's face. TV just got a great shot of it, and it was a sure. If my pitcher, first baseman are convinced, sure, go for it.
He is not afraid of the challenge.
No.
And I'll be fascinated to see not only Butch and pitchers and batters, but how the challenge of balls and strikes goes next week at the SEC tournament.
We were at a Major League game earlier this week and saw the ABS system. It's really
we saw it on almost back-to-back pitches for that benefited the Braves because the Braves catcher was right both times.
The runner safe at first base. Auburn has 1 challenge remaining.
Yeah, I think it's the right call.
I do too.
I think it's the right call. It was a terrific throw. Jackson just got back in there by a fingernail.
Lujo is still waiting on his first pitch.
Yeah. But that ABS system has really seamlessly been incorporated into games at the Major League level.
Sure has.
I think that's what the computer system, you can't argue with it. It's
First pitch to Lujo. Swing, line drive into left field. That is down for a base hit. Jackson is on his way to third. Lujo will hold up at first as the throw comes back into second. It's a long single for Lujo. Jackson goes from first to third, and 2 outs with runners at the corners for Georgia. Good job by Terrell to get over and hold Lujo to a single.
Yeah.
And Jackson with great speed just going first to third on that play.
Didn't get a look at a replay to see where that was, but that, clearly the hullabaloo over the throw and then the review. And Alvarez gave a little too much.
Here's Ishikawa, who takes a curveball down and in. Left fielder for the Bulldogs, .358 the average, a homer, 11 runs batted in. The only player in the lineup that is batting under 300 is Michael O'Shaughnessy. Pitch. Outside with a fastball, 2-0. O'Shaughnessy came into tonight batting .297 and popped up in his first at bat. Everybody else in the lineup tonight is hitting at least 300. 2-0 the count to Kenny Ishikawa. Stretch and pitch. Drops low for ball 3. Ishikawa 0 for 3 in last night's game. Lujo at first with 9 stolen bases. Jackson at third, 2 outs in the inning. A 3-0 count to Ishikawa. Stretching the pitch, and he walked him on 4. And the bases now are loaded for Ryan Wynn, who homered here last night.
None of those particularly close. Alvarez a little affected by the pickoff throw that was nearly an out but wasn't. The 5 pitches after that have been single down the left field line and 4-pitch walk.
Ryan Wynn, the only one in the lineup for Georgia last night with more than 1 hit. It included a homer to left. It was the game-winning homer for the Bulldogs in the 6th inning last night. 2 outs, bases loaded. Pitch, low, ball 1.
Now the fastball's been the best pitch so far here in the 1st inning. It may be time for Alvarez to challenge, even though it's tough to do against Georgia.
Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. There's the fastball, 95.
Yeah, they haven't caught that yet. As good as they are, Alvarez pretty good himself.
1-1 the count to Wynn. Wind and pitch. Fastball, strike 2. 97.
Hello. Now you spin it down and away from him. Just like Phelps to start the ball game.
1-2 pitch. Here it is. Line drive into right field. That is down for a base hit. That will score 2. A 2-run single to right by Wynn, and the Jogs lead it 2-0.
Went to the well 1 too many times. Came back to the fastball. A 3rd straight pitch after getting ahead 1-2. And Wynn didn't try to pull it. Took it where it was pitched. Let the velocity do the work. Drives in 2 runs.
Dogs lead it 2-0. Ishikawa to third on the play. And here's Jordy Orlak. The pitch misses inside, ball 1.
Gosh, every bit of this after that pickoff throw, too,
Yeah.
that was challenged.
And not saying that the decision was wrong.
No, it just disrupted the rhythm and the flow.
Pitch. Drops in for a strike to Jordy Oriach. 1-1 the count.
Saw something similar happen against Mississippi State to Jake Marciano last Wednesday night. That turned into a 4-run inning. You're going to try to keep them to 2 here.
1-1. Ground ball foul pass first. An infield single by Jackson, a single to left by Lujo, a walk to Ishikawa, loaded the bases, and then on a 1-2 pitch, a single to right by Ryan Wynn has given Georgia a 2-0 lead in the top of the 1st. Stretch in the 1-2, the runner goes, is high. And no throw to second base, a stolen base for Wynn, his 2nd of the year.
Goal now for Alvarez to get out of the inning under 25 pitches.
Here's the 2-2. Oriach, foul pass first. He didn't miss extra bases by much. Off-speed pitch at 75, and he yanked it just down, foul down the first base line. Stretch. 2-2 pitch to Oriach, outside and high.
Going to have to go back to the fastball here.
3 balls and 2 strikes the count. Oriach hitting .307 with 6 homers and 25 runs batted in. Boy, that is a big boy from the left side right now for Georgia. And the 3-2. Line drive deep into right. Back goes McCrane. It is gone. A 3-run homer. And it's a 5-0 Georgia lead. All of this with 2 outs in the inning. Every run they've scored this weekend have come with 2 outs. 3 2-out home runs, 5-0 Georgia.
Yep, 2-strike pitching. They just made the wrong pitch both times. Wynn was sitting on the fastball. Oriach was sitting on the breaking ball. Bullpen gets to work for Auburn, and Everett Tiefert almost came out of the dugout. Instead, Freilich will go out to talk to his pitcher. And not only 2 out, but even more specifically,
2 strikes.
2 strikes. And after the throw to first, after O'Shaughnessy popped up for the second out of the inning, they threw to first to try to pick off Jackson. It was a close play. He was safe. Auburn reviewed it. The call stood. And on the next pitch, Lujo singled down the left field line. And then it was walk, single, homer.
Everett Tiefert out with the infield on top of the hill right now. A 5-run first inning for Georgia. This is exactly what the Bulldogs were looking to do here in the first inning against one of Auburn's best. It was 2 outs and a runner at first. A single to left by Lujo on the first pitch. Ishikawa walked on 4. Wynn was behind 1-2. Oriach was behind 3-2.
Yep.
And 5 runs have scored in the inning.
Yep. They're sitting on specific pitches with 2 strikes. And they have guessed right both times, the last 2 batters.
And this is Colby Branch, who was 1 for 4 last night, 8th man to bat in the inning for Georgia. Wind and the pitch. Outside.
They got him for 6 runs on 5 hits in 2/3 of an inning last year in Athens in a relief outing.
1-0. Low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. That's a chirping Georgia dugout right now. You can hear them. They're up 5-0. Auburn hadn't come to the plate yet. 2-0, fly ball, right field. McCrane underneath this one. And the inning comes to a close, but it was a good one for Georgia. 5 runs in the inning on 4 base hits, all coming with 2 outs. No errors and no one left. 5-0 Georgia. Auburn comes to the plate, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Dr. Michael Zabala.
Well, it's kind of funny because he called me and said, I have an injured player. Can you make him something to get him back on the field? And if I'm entirely honest, I didn't know exactly how we were going to do it. But I said, yes, we absolutely can. I didn't even know who the player was, but I did feel pretty confident we could make something for him. So Robbie and Kirk Nelson show up with who ultimately was Anthony Schwartz. Right. So we brought him in. Jake Larson, who's now our head of engineering at EXO, was a PhD student in my lab at the time. And he quite brilliantly figured out how to go from the scan of Anthony's hand to a 3D printed device that he was able to wear in his hand. And he started wearing it in practices, and then he wore it in games. And next thing we knew, he was scoring touchdowns while he was wearing it.
New episodes of the Talking Tigers podcast are released Mondays, wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast exclusively from the Auburn Sports Network.
Got some work to do tonight. Georgia scores 5 in the first inning. Auburn bats come up for the first time tonight. McCrane, Guevara, and Freilich try to do work against Dylan Vigue, V-I-G-U-E. Vigue out of the state of Michigan and a transfer from the University of Michigan. 6'3", 230-pound junior right-hander. Vigue on the year. 13 appearances, 12 starts, 1 complete game. He's 4-1 with a 2.79 earned run average, 48 and a third innings in 12 starts, 31 hits, 15 earned runs. He's walked 28, struck out 60. Teams are batting 183 against Dylan Vigue. Defensively, Kenny Ishikawa in left, Rylan Lujo in center, Ryan Black in right. Along the infield, Trey Phelps at third, Colby Branch at short, Ryan Wynn at second, Michael O'Shaughnessy at first, Daniel Jackson behind the plate. Vigue to battle McCrane, Guevara, and Freilich. He got 27 outs. Time to make the most and try to get something going early against Vigue, who last week against LSU went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 3 runs on 1 hit and 3 walks. against the Bayou Bengals 52 pitches a week ago.
He will get Mason McCrane, then Eric Guevara and Chase Fralick, because before Auburn even steps in the batter's box, the Tigers are down 5-0. McCrane 1 for 3 last night, led off the first for Auburn with a double and scored the Tigers' only run in the first inning. Big U on top of the rubber. The shot or the pitch clock is down to 8. He winds and fires, and McCrane takes it low for ball 1.
Hard throwing right-hander. That fastball down at 95.
Wind and delivery. Strike on the inside corner, 95, a ball and a strike.
Well, the cue for Auburn offensively is to try to get to 6 runs. Well, that's not just theory. It's literally what it will take, at least tonight.
1-1 pitch. Inside, maybe a little bit up. 2 balls and a strike now to McCrane.
And the last thing Auburn can afford to do is rush or change their approach or try to press early on here. Is just the first.
2-1 pitch. McCrane chops it left side. Pitcher gets it. Fields and throws to first for the out.
Daniel Jackson's swinging bunt was up the third base line. McCrane's swinging bunt was closer to the mound, easier for the pitcher to field it.
Tell you one thing that 5-run inning did, it took the crowd out of this ball game right now.
Yeah, there was a different vibe in this place before the game started. They had to try to will themselves back in it.
Here's Eric Guevara, 0 for 4 last night with an RBI and a ground out in the first inning. First pitch to Eric. In there for a strike, 85 in the off-speed pitch. A 1 delivery. Swing and a miss. Pitch that was well outside, 0-2.
Yeah, that was Eric's problem last night, and he started him with one that broke over the inner half.
No balls and 2 strikes to Guevara. Here's the wind in the pitch. Eric chops at third base side, 2 hops to Phelps. 2 outs as he throws him out at first base. And here's Fralick with 2 outs and nobody on. Chase returned to the Auburn lineup last night after a heel bruise kept him out of the Jacksonville State game Tuesday night. He was 1 for 4 in last night's ball game. Auburn catcher, .320 the average. He leads Auburn with 13 home runs. Second on the ball club with 42 runs batted in. He bats with 2 outs and nobody on.
Had a hit tonight at another hard hit ball that was caught. A couple of good at bats.
Big U, the wind in the pitch. Hit him. Man, that was a fastball at 96 that hit him on the leg below the knee. That's the 9th hit batter of the year for Big U. And it brings Chris Rembert to the plate for Auburn.
Center fielder Lujo takes a couple of steps toward right center. A lot of room in that left center field gap and down the left field line if he could put it over Phelps's head.
5-0 Georgia. A runner at first, 2 outs. We're in the first for Auburn. Pitch. Inside. Ball and no strikes to Rembert, 1 for 3 in last night's game. All of Auburn's base hits came from the top 5 in the order. Auburn only had 4 hits in last night's game. Fralick a very short lead at first base, the 1-0. Line drive right side, that's going to get down for a base hit. Fralick's going to go to third, right fielder gets to it, Rembert on his way to second, and he's in there with a double. Chris Rembert with the double, 11th of the year.
Again, let the velocity do the work. Big U is a hard thrower. And Rembert took that fastball, did not try to pull it. Gets a double as a result.
Here's Bingaman. Fralick at third and Rembert at second. Vigu off the line, and the pitch as a strike. Two outs, 2 on for Auburn. Tigers trail 5-0 in the first. Here's the 0-1. Outside, a little bit up, a ball and a strike to Bingaman. Outfield, well, especially Lujo in center, plays Bingaman to go the opposite way. 1-1 pitch. Chopper to the second baseman. It's through for a base hit. Frelick is home. Rembert is home. It's a 5-2 game on the 2-run single by Ethan Bingaman, just out of the reach of the second baseman Ryan Wynn.
There you go. Buckle up. Auburn answers back. Whether they get 5 this inning or not, they punched back in the first inning. They've delivered the message. We showed up for the fight tonight.
It started with that 2-out hit batter.
Yep.
And now here's Bub Terrell. 0 for 4 last night. Bingaman at first, the pitch inside. Backhand stab by Daniel Jackson to keep Bingaman at first base 1-0.
And nearly hit him on the left foot, top of the foot. Tried to get him to swing and miss at a slider down and in, which has been a pitch that's gotten him a few times this year, but he laid off.
5-2, Georgia on top. The pitch to Bub. Fastball up. 2-0 the count.
And an early mound visit for Georgia.
Vigu got ground outs from McCrane and Guevara. He hit Chase Frelick on the first pitch on the lower leg. Rembert singled to right. Frelick went to third. And then Ethan Bingaman on a 1-1 pitch singled just beyond the second baseman Ryan Wynn. Scored Frelick and Rembert without a throw home. And with Bingaman at first and 2 outs, Bub Terrell is at the plate. 7 runs have scored in this game, all 7 runs with 2 outs.
What a first inning.
Big U comes set. Here's the pitch. Bub chops it to the shortstop. Branch will take it to the bag, and the inning comes to a close. Auburn gets 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, a man left. We're through 1 at Plainsman Park. The score, Georgia 5, Auburn 2. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Nine 1-2 hitters for Georgia in the second. Andres Alvarez back to work for the Tigers. He threw 28 pitches in the first inning, giving up 5 2-out runs. The big blow was the 3-run homer by Jody Oriach, who was in the lineup tonight. He did not start last night for Georgia. And on a 3-2 pitch, he hit a 3-run homer to right, his 7th of the season. That's the difference in the game. Auburn got 2 runs in the bottom of the frame, and it's a 5-2 Georgia lead. Black, Phelps, and Jackson in the second inning to face Alvarez, who threw 28 pitches in the first. And tonight's second inning is presented by Auburn Bank, champions of you.
We've seen Alvarez have a rocky first inning and then settle in after, and Auburn's got to hope that's the case tonight.
Black 1 for 4 last night, left-hander against the righty Alvarez in the pitch. Fastball that's a little bit up, 1-0. Black, then Phelps and Jackson for Georgia in the second. Wind and the 1-0 pitch. On the inside corner, it's a strike. 84 as he painted the inside edge. One pitch. Line drive into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. He left it up. A leadoff single for Black.
And they're swinging early. 1-1 pitch.
Remember, that's what Butch Thompson said they were prone to do. They like to ambush you early.
Yeah, Lujo's single with 2 outs came on the first pitch. Jackson's bunt, or swinging bunt, was on a 1-1 pitch.
Now the run-scoring base hits came deeper in the count.
Right.
Here's Trey Phelps, a strikeout victim in the first, a throw to first, and Black is back. 5 out of 6 in stolen bases this year. Alvarez checks the runner at first. Pretty good lead for Black over there. Here's the pitch to Phelps. Drops in for a strike.
Started him with the off-speed pitch like he did to open the ball game. He came back with back-to-back fastballs.
0-1 to Phelps. Pitch on the way. Missed upstairs with the off-speed delivery. A ball and a strike. Andreas Alvarez comes set. Now the 1-1. Popped up foul. That's back here.
Well, he went up. He went after a fastball up around his shoulders.
They're not afraid of the fastball at all.
No, even way up.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Trey Phelps. Black with the lead at first. We're in the top of the second. 5-2, Georgia leads it. Stretching the pitch. Phelps jammed, fouled it, up and out of play.
Well, this at bat taking a really similar path as his first at bat. Fastballs up to get to 2 strikes. Now we'll see if Alvarez looks to spin one down and away from him. That's how he got Phelps to swing and miss to strike out in the first inning.
His only strikeout thus far. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Georgia third baseman, the pitch. Curveball, strike 3, just looked at it go by. 1 out.
It was the curveball. Wasn't down and away, though. It was on the inner half.
And now Daniel Jackson to the plate. A swinging bunt in the first. Nothing that Guevara could do coming down the third base line. Jackson beat it out, scored the first of 5 runs in the inning for Georgia. Black with his lead at first. Stretch by Alvarez in the pitch. Misses low and away.
I think all 6 of his at-bats have started with an off-speed pitch down and away this weekend.
He was 1 for 2 last night with a homer. It tied the game. 1 for 1 tonight. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Auburn baseball brought to you in part by East Alabama Health. With their spacious cancer center, patients can make cancer a distant memory instead of a distant drive. And that's why East Alabama Health is Auburn's home field advantage. 1-1 to Jackson. Here's the pitch. Popped it up behind home plate. Fralick can't find it, and it falls. He just completely lost it. It fell.
He never had it.
Yeah, he fell. It fell behind the dirt area behind home plate. He completely lost it. Bingaman tried to get there and just couldn't.
And everybody was looking up. They couldn't see Chase. Chase never had it.
Yeah.
His arms were out, palms up the entire time, but because Guevara and Bingaman were looking up, they didn't see immediately that he couldn't find the ball.
And now you give a guy like Daniel Jackson a second chance.
Yeah, and Dre goes from, all right, good, I've got the out, to now he's got to make another pitch.
Right. Black gets his lead at first, 1 out in the second. A ball and 2 strikes to Daniel Jackson. Pitch is on the way. It misses low. That was the change at 86.
And for Alvarez, okay, buckle down and make it. That's his thought process here.
Alvarez comes set, the 2-2. Got him with a fastball on the inside corner swinging. 2 outs.
Yeah, tied him up. He was not looking to the inside corner. Really well-placed pitch by Alvarez with some heat.
Third strikeout of the night for Alvarez. The K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one.
Back-to-back strikeouts the second time to start the second time through the order.
And that brings Michael O'Shaughnessy to the plate. This is where Georgia's done its damage with 2 outs. Pitch on the way. Line drive, base hit up the middle. Phelps is on his way to third base. The throw will come into second. Runners at the corners.
O'Shaughnessy popped up on a 1-0 pitch. That time jumped on the first pitch from Alvarez.
Black went from first to third on the play. And now here's Rylan Lujo.
And Georgia would like to send the message that you score, we're going to answer right back. They don't want to give Auburn any kind of momentum in this ballpark tonight.
First and third, 2 outs. And Lujo at the plate. He singled and scored back in the first. Alvarez, the stretch and the pitch.
Yeah.
Didn't get the call. Really good pitch, but didn't get the call off the outside corner.
Like any pitcher, Alvarez needs to be able to get that corner. Corner needs to be there for him to be more effective, especially against this lineup.
Ball and no strikes to Lujo. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a drive into deep left field. Back is Bub Terrell, and he reaches up and makes the catch in the canyon right up against the wall.
That was almost nonchalant from Bub up against the angled wall in the canyon.
No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left to the bottom of the second. A little bit of momentum goes into that Auburn dugout right now. Georgia 5, Auburn 2. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
At Affordable Comfort Cooling Systems and Plumbing, we believe our work is more than just AC and plumbing repairs. It's about serving people with integrity and care. As a Christian-owned company, we take Colossians 3:23 to heart. Whatever you do, work at it all with your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men. That's why at ACCS and Plumbing, we do the job right the first time and always stand behind our work. As a proud Ream dealer, we're committed to offering top-quality products and faith-driven values. Give us a call today or visit accsauburn.com to learn more. That's accsauburn.com.
Alabama license number 12084.
Life moves fast. Shouldn't your checking account keep up? Meet Explore Checking from Max Credit Union. No monthly fees, no minimum balance requirement. Enjoy perks like access to your paycheck up to 2 days early, earning rewards that can be turned into cash each time you spend with your Max debit card. Plus, with 24/7 digital banking and an easy-to-use mobile app, managing your money is quick and effortless. Start exploring today at mymax.com/explore. Certain restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Tigers to the plate in the bottom of the second, bottom third of the order against Dylan Bighue. Auburn trails 5-2. Congratulations to Auburn women's tennis, a 4-1 winner today in the quarterfinals of the NCAA championships in Athens, Georgia. Auburn beat LSU 4-1. The Tigers will get Ohio State tomorrow at 3 over in Athens. The winner of that one moves on to the national championship on Sunday.
It was an interesting match today. Tigers took the doubles point, and then LSU
pitched to Gregorio as a low strike call.
In all but one of the singles matches, LSU took the first set, but they played 2 out of 3, and Auburn responded from that point on.
0-1 pitch. Gregorio lifts one up the left side, slicing foul and out of play.
Pretty easy power behind that swing.
Sure was. Logan was the final out last night as he put one almost right on top of the bag at first. Quickly 0-2 to the Auburn DH tonight. Batting .240, couple homers, 13 runs batted in. The pitch. Swing on a fly ball into center. Lujo to his left, gives way to the left fielder. Underneath it, Ishikawa makes the catch. 1 out. Here's Cade Ballou getting a start tonight, wanting a left-handed hitter in the lineup against the big right-hander, Biggie. Cade batting .221, no homers, 8 runs batted in.
His best game of the year came 2 weeks ago in College Station.
First pitch to him. Outside, ball 1.
Came in for an injured Mason McCrane after he was hit by a pitch to lead off the doubleheader. And Cade came in, went 3 for 3.
Big U back on top of the hill. Clock down to 5. Here's the pitch. Up the middle to the shortstop. Right there in the shift. He throws to first in time for the out. 2 down, and here's Brandon McCrane.
Well, this is where the offense started for Auburn last inning, where after 2 were out relatively quickly.
Brandon bats with 2 outs and nobody on in the Auburn second inning. The pitch to him. Low strike apparently is there for Scott Kennedy. Brandon McCrane, 6'6". 0-1 the count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss at the slider.
Brandon had a tough night last night. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts, and he's quickly in a hole here.
Fastball, slider, both down. That slider moving away. Big U trying to make quick work of the Tigers. Here's the 0-2. It's got him. 3 up, 3 down for Auburn in the second. We're through 2. Georgia 5, Auburn 2. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all... Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Back to Plainsman Park for more Auburn baseball against Georgia.
5-2, the Bulldogs lead it. Georgia will send 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the third inning to face Andreas Alvarez, who gave up 5 runs in the first, all coming with 2 outs in the inning. He has thrown 44 pitches in the first 2 innings, and he will get Ishikawa, Wynn, and Oriach, who all reached base and all scored in that first inning.
Josh Donaldson scheduled to join us next inning. We'll check the Yellowwood scoreboard now. Arkansas leads Kentucky 3-2 in Lexington. They're in the bottom of the 6th. It's Texas 4-0 over Missouri in the 4th in Austin. Back and forth they go in College Station. In the 4th inning, Texas A&M leads Mississippi State 8-7. And Ole Miss leads Alabama 5-0 in the 6th in Tuscaloosa.
Kenny Ishikawa will lead off the third for Georgia. A 4-pitch walk, and he scored back in the first. Alvarez, the wind and the pitch. Drops low.
Alvarez has not consistently thrown strike 1 tonight.
And hasn't consistently landed his off-speed stuff either.
Right.
1-0. Inside, bounces off the brickwork, then comes back and hits Scott Kennedy in the back. 2 balls and no strikes.
2 other scores in progress. Vanderbilt leads South Carolina 7-3. They're in the bottom of the 5th in Nashville. Florida leads LSU 5-0 in the 4th in Baton Rouge, and Tennessee leads Oklahoma 4-3 in the 4th in Norman.
2-0 to Ishikawa. Fastball, there's a strike, 94. Ishikawa batting .358, a homer, 11 runs batted in. That one misses inside. Wow. 3 balls and a strike.
These guys don't need the help. That was a good pitch.
Now the 3-1. High fly ball into left. Terrell coming in. McCrane going out. Terrell gets there, makes the catch. Tell you what, it looked like Bub was having a little bit of trouble finding that ball. I guess it's just the time of the night.
Maybe.
We saw Chase Fralick lose a pop-up, a foul ball in the last half inning. Bub found that one, made the catch, 1 out. Here's Ryan Wynn, a 2-run single in the first inning. Pitch on the way. Just missed the outside corner, 1-0. Wynn, 6 homers, 28 runs batted in. Now the 1-0. Line drive right side, that's going to be trouble. It is fair into the corner, and Wynn is on his way to second base. Up, it's a ground rule double. And he is 2 for 2 on the night. He's gone opposite way both times. That is his 12th double of the year. A 1-out double to right by Wynn.
We'll have another look at where that pitch was.
He was 2 for 3 last night. He's 2 for 2 tonight.
Not going to get it.
He gets a big lead at second base. Here's Jordy Oriach. And Auburn didn't get the low strike there from the home plate umpire, Scott Kennedy. Oriach on a 3-2 pitch in the first hit a 3-run homer. It's the difference in the game right now. Wynn leads at second. Here comes the pitch. Line drive deep into right by Oriach. McCrane on his horse at the warning track makes the catch.
Wow.
Fine running catch by McCrane. Wynn goes to third, 2 outs.
My word. 6'6", long stride, speed, a good jump, all of it. He had to have all of it. When he got to that ball, he was 1 step away from the line in right field and in the corner. That's as deep as you can hit it without it leaving the ballpark down the right field line.
And here's Colby Branch. Flied out to right. That ended the first inning. Georgia's had runners in scoring position in all 3 innings tonight. They scored 5 times in the first. Alvarez trying to keep it a 5-2 game here in the top of the inning. Pitch on the way. And a strike.
Yeah.
A very low strike call on the curveball. Glad to get it. Now the 0-1 delivery. Out and away. Third inning tonight presented by the Vance Law Firm. At the Vance Law Firm, they say dial 3 for me. 334-333-3333. Ball and a strike to Colby Branch. Runner at third, 2 outs. 1-1 pitch.
Ooh.
Over his head. Fastball over his head. Well, I guess it wasn't a fastball.
Yeah, the breaking ball just has not been. It's the least effective we've seen Alvarez with the breaking ball this year, past the early part of the first inning.
2-1 to Branch. Long look in for Alvarez. Pitch clock down to 2. Here comes the pitch. Ball 3.
And unfortunately, it's an elite fastball, but he's going to have to go to it more and more.
3-1 to Branch. Here's the pitch. Branch takes ball 4 high. Second walk of the game for Alvarez. Georgia puts runners at first and third. Fralick is out for Auburn to talk to his pitcher. And Ryan Black, who is 1 for 1 tonight, comes to the plate with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Black 1 for 4 last night. He's 2 for 5 in the series.
When's the last time you saw Alvarez with a 31-27 strike to ball ratio? He's normally in that 2/3 category, or at least 62-63%.
He's at 57 pitches right now.
Yeah. Need to get out of this inning under 60.
Branch at first. Gets his lead. The pitch. Swing on a fly ball into left. Bub Terrell coming in to his right. And the inning comes to a close. No runs a hit, no errors, and 2 left. To the bottom of the third we go. Auburn trails Georgia 5-2, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Auburn University Board of Trustee member Bob Dumas.
My senior year, where we won it, was at Burning Tree in Decatur. Had some great teammates and great players, and it just all came together that week. We had been close. We had had a good year. We'd won several tournaments and felt like we had the capacity and the courage to do it, and we did. I think more was a very joyous time, of course, being the first. But I think later on, as you grow older, you begin to appreciate and value that much more.
New episodes of the Talking Tigers podcast are released Mondays wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast exclusively from the Auburn Sports Network.
Second time through the order now against Dylan Vigue. Has needed just 24 pitches to get through 2 innings against Auburn. Tigers trail 5-2, and it will be McCrane, Guevara, and Freilich. Vigue with a strikeout, has not walked a batter. Auburn got 2 runs on him in the first, and then he set down the bottom third of the order in order. On 8 pitches in the second inning. Mason McCrane led off the Auburn first, tapping back to the big right-hander for Georgia, Dylan Vigue. Mason 1 for 4 in the series. He scored Auburn's only run last night. Phelps plays even with the bag at third. Everybody else back on the infield, and the pitch. Ground ball, base hit to left. That's a good start to things. McCrane going the opposite way. Phelps didn't have a chance to react to that one. It's a leadoff single. And here's Guevara. Guevara looking for his first hit of the series. He hit the ball hard a couple times last night, including one of the eye-popping defensive plays we've seen this year, a line drive catch by Branch at second base. Throw to first, Mason McCrane is back. Branch's brother is the second baseman from Oklahoma that basically took a game away from Auburn with his defense. First pitch to Guevara. Squares to bunt, takes it back. Yeah, everybody playing back.
Yeah, good idea.
But the pitch sailed outside a curveball. 1-0 to Eric. A leadoff single for McCrane. Auburn tries to fight back. Originally from a 5-0 deficit, it's now 5-2. Vigue comes set. Here's the pitch. Guevara chops it foul up the third baseline. Fielded cleanly by Carl Nonemaker.
That was a little bit of a hanging breaking ball. It was too far inside. Second time through, and I know McCrane singled on the first pitch, but I just wonder if Auburn's more patient. Vigue has averaged almost a walk an inning in SEC play. Hasn't walked anybody through 2 tonight.
1-1 pitch. Low. With the fastball, 2-1. Five runs on 7 hits for Georgia. 2 runs on 3 hits for Auburn. We're in the bottom of the third. Guevara waits on a 2-1 pitch. Here it is. Runner goes. Swing, looping fly ball, right side, foul ground. That'll get out of play. Well, there's a ton of people standing down the concourse level in each corner, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. And some extra bleachers out beyond the bullpen in right.
Yep, part of the back 40 out there.
Yep, an extended back 40.
It's back 50. 2-2 to Guevara. Watch out for the slider. Here it is. He did throw the slider. It's a foul ball. Eric just topped it at the plate. 2-2.
Extended a little more. He was looking for that pitch away from him. Extended a little more, stayed alive. Don't need home run. Way too early for home run. I mean, you take them, but to be thinking home run here. Just back up the middle to do fine.
McCrane gets a lead at first. Stretch in the 2-2. Guevara swings at the slider and comes up empty.
That was probably a strike, but, man, just early on the swing.
Second, a strikeout for Vigue. And that brings up Frelick. Frelick hit by a 95-mile-an-hour fastball down around his calf in the first inning with 2 outs. He came home to score 1 of 2 runs for Auburn. And the pitcher steps off. He was about to run out of time.
Yeah, he was at 2 when he stepped off there, so that's the one reset that they get this inning.
Frelick hitting .320, leads Auburn with 13 homers. He's second on the ball club with 42 runs batted in. Throw to first, and McCrane is back. No tag applied by O'Shaughnessy.
See if Frelick's looking first to pull something through. He's got a lot of room on the right side with McCrane being held on and no shift.
Stretch by Vigue in the pitch. Drops in for a strike. Good pitch. Chase Frelick got to meet the guy whose record he tied with homers in 5 straight games. Last night, Tim Lemons was here. Played for Auburn in the mid-'80s. Stretch in the 0-1. Swing, drive in the gap in left center field. It's down for a base hit. Center fielder Lujo did a good job to deke Auburn there. McCrane, I'm not sure, would have been able to go from first to third anyway. But Frelick is on with a base hit, and Auburn has runners at first and second with 1 out.
So the 2 lefties go the opposite way. That's a disciplined, not panicked, not rushed approach still in the early stages of a ball game.
And here's Rembert. 1 for 3 last night. Doubled back in the first and scored Auburn's second run. Stretch in the pitch. Right down the middle with a fastball at 93. Strike 1. Four homers, 38 runs batted in for Chris. Batting .344 in his sophomore season at Auburn. He's behind 0-1 the pitch. Outside. 93 on that fastball that missed. Down and away. 1-1 the count.
Vigue in his last 3 outings has gone 3 innings or less.
He comes set. 1-1 to Rembert. Foul tip. Reached at 1. That was a little bit. That was on the outer third of the plate. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes. And now you got to be thinking slider. At this point.
And Chris has quick enough hands to adjust if he gets a fastball.
He's behind a ball and 2 strikes. Stretch in the pitch. That was the slider, but it missed. 2-2.
And he flinched, but he held up.
Yeah. It's a good slider because it must look really good coming out of the hand. 2 balls and 2 strikes. McCrane at second and Frelick at first. 1 out. We're in the third. The pitch. Got him swinging with a fastball out. As we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Opposite field singles by Auburn's 2 left-handed hitters in the order. Strikeouts by the right-handers, Guevara and Rembrandt. And now Bingham into the plate with 2 outs. The pitch. Ethan fouls off the first pitch. If you get behind this guy at 2 strikes, you're in some trouble.
Yeah.
Because he's throwing the slider for strike. And as he did there, he got a fastball that was outside, and Rembrandt couldn't hold off of it.
Yeah, the whiff rate, the swing and miss on that slider is as high. I don't remember a guy who was better with it.
2 on, 2 outs for the Tigers. Auburn trails 5-2 here in the third. The pitch clock is at 9 as Vignew comes set. The pitch. There's a strike. It was down.
Went to the fastball down and on the outside corner, and now he could do anything. He could throw fastball or slider here. He could waste one if he wanted to.
0-2 to Bingham. Bingham's the only right-hander that's done anything against this guy. Here's the pitch. Outside. Good job by Jackson to keep the runners at first and second. 1-2 the count. Bingham singled home 2 runs in the first inning.
Wind shades a little more up the middle as a result of where his ball went in the first.
1-2. Outside, 2-2. Way outside.
Does he have to come back to the fastball now? Those last 2 breaking balls haven't been close.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't throw a slider again and then come in with the fastball.
Yeah.
If he has to.
Got options.
2-2 pitch. Here it is. Line drive down the third base line. It is foul. Into the corner. It would have scored 2. He came in with a changeup at 85, and Bingham was just out in front. Oh, dear goodness. It's a 1-run game if it stays fair.
A changeup on the inner half of the plate. And he had him early, but another chance for Ethan. A lot of room left of the bag at second.
2-2. Line drive into center. Center fielder is there. He wasn't playing deep, and he makes the catch. And the inning comes to a close. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. We're through 3. Our score. Georgia 5, Auburn 2. Stay tuned. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
She was the sister who went unnoticed.
A daffodil might look plain next to a lily, but on its own there is much to be admired.
Now, her greatest chapter is yet to come.
The most important thing is to be yourself.
From the world of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice comes a new BritBox original drama.
Mary, you will flourish.
Based on the best-selling novel, The Other Bennett Sister, now streaming only on BritBox. Watch with a free trial at BritBox.com.
Back to more of the Tigers and Bulldogs from Plainsman Park.
We go to the fourth. Tigers trail 5-2 to take you through the middle 3 innings and introduce our guest. Here's Brad Law.
Yeah, most importantly, as we get this inning started, we welcome the man of the hour, the man of the night, the man whose name is newly added to the Wall of Fame here at Plainsman Park. Josh Donaldson's with us. Josh, War Eagle, welcome.
War Eagle, thanks for having me, guys.
Glad to have you here tonight, Josh. Just give me your reaction when they unveiled number 4 on that outfield wall before the game tonight.
You know, it brought it back full circle, you know, and it's pretty crazy right now because, you know, 3 of the coaches that are here at Auburn with Butch, Carl, and then Gabe. Gabe was with me when I made my debut in Oakland. And then Wes Johnson, the head coach for Georgia, was my pitching coach when I was in Minnesota. So it's kind of crazy how this has all kind of come full circle right now. And with my family, getting to be here and experience this with me, it's really special.
Trey Phelps checks his swing on a high fastball. They appeal to first. Derek Malika says he doesn't go around, so a ball and no strikes to Phelps, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Alvarez looks home. The right-hander rocks and fires. Off-speed pitch, close, but no cigar. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. All right, you've come back a couple of times. You've been involved with the program, and to see now this scene at Plainsman Park, 7,000 plus, pitch misses outside, 3-0 to Phelps. What does it do for a guy like you to see the scene that it is tonight?
I mean, this is a special place, and I mean, even furthermore, we don't even have any students here. They're out of school, so it's like to see this place jam-packed that it is right now shows you the amount of support that they have here at Auburn right now, and what Butch and the university has done for the baseball program. It's a special place, and man, there are times in me I'm like, I would have liked to play in this environment for sure.
3-0 was inside. On a totally unrelated note, when you disagreed with an umpire's strike zone, what are the subtle ways you could show that, Josh, when you're in the major leagues?
You tried not to make it personal, right? You're like, you never wanted to say you or make it to whatever. Be like, hey, where was that pitch? Where do you got that? And if you disagreed with it, you'd be like, you could say what you thought as long as you went about it in the right way. And
first pitch is a strike to Jackson.
Most of the time, not in college, but once you get into the major leagues, you develop relationships with guys where you know where the line is, and you kind of dance around that.
Yep.
Sometimes it didn't matter, though, did it?
No, there was some times when I just wanted to make a point. There was some times when I had enough.
All right. Part of what is now Plainsman Park is the Performance Center out in right, and I know that you're a major part of that from a financial standpoint. After this pitch, I want you to talk about the decision that you made to be a part of this program.
0-1 pitch. Missed the inside corner, 1-1.
The decision was easy for me. With Butch is here, Carl, all the guys that I know personally, and I know how much Butch cares about not just the performance on the field, but as these kids. For me, I wanted the guys that were coming into Auburn to not feel like they were getting left behind in any manner, and I knew they were going to. They weren't going to leave any stone unturned, and they did a great job with that facility over there.
1-1 pitch misses high, 2-1.
We call
Daniel Jackson.
We call it the Donnie.
I love that. That's great.
That's good. I was going to ask if we could have your blessing to officially just call it that.
I like that.
When guys hit homers on top of the Donnie. 2-1. Swing and a drive right field. McCrane back.
Ooh, there we go.
Makes the catch. Going backwards for the first out of the inning. Jackson retired. He's 1 for 3. Phelps at first, and O'Shaughnessy coming to the plate.
You played shortstop here, third base here. You were drafted as a catcher. Did you ever play outfield?
In the minor leagues, I did.
You did?
I did. I played – so in my professional career, I played every position on the field except center field.
Center?
That was the only position I didn't play. I actually had one game started at shortstop in the big leagues. Had some games at second in the minor leagues. Had first base in the big leagues. Pitched in the big leagues.
You did.
Pitched in the big leagues my last year with the Yankees. I threw 1 inning scoreless. So my claim to fame now over all the awards, what I tell people is I'm pretty sure I'm the only person in the SEC to have a 0 ERA
career
in the SEC and in the MLB. That's my claim to fame.
Nothing I want to know is O'Shaughnessy. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Didn't get the inside corner. Man, these fans are getting restless.
I don't remember the pitching. You're pitching here.
Well, because that was my first appearance ever as a player at college. I pitched 2 innings against Mercer in a Tuesday night game. 2 innings scoreless.
Nice.
Just to
you remember every batter, don't you? Every sequence from
that.
Yeah,
I hit one, struck out one, and I remember Josh Bell threw a guy out at second base for me to end the inning one time.
Right,
and I do remember I was trying to throw it as hard as I could, and the ball felt like about 10 pounds, and I was throwing about 86, 87.
Throwing a shot put.
It felt like it.
1 ball, 2 strikes to O'Shaughnessy. 1 out in the top of the 4th. Josh Donaldson is with us. His jersey and number up on the Wall of Fame in left field tonight. Ceremony before. Had a golf tournament earlier today. How'd you shoot it earlier today?
We won. We had a good group. We had some guys that were making some putts, and I hit a few good shots in there. I think we shot 17 under.
Oh.
1-2 pitch. Called
There we go.
strike 3 on the inside corner.
Great pitch.
Would you have beaten Smoltz today?
Yeah, I'm going to say I would
There
have
you
beat
go.
Smoltz today. Yeah. I'm never going to give Smoltz the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Because we play in that pro tournament now, and the only person he cares about beating is me. So I'm never going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
There you go.
That's outstanding.
When is your next tournament?
We play this coming up Tuesday in Savannah, Georgia.
All right.
Yep.
Nice. Where are you living now, Josh?
We just moved out to Scottsdale about 9 months ago.
Okay.
Not enough golf out there, huh?
It's a decent amount of golf.
Rylan Lujo, the batter. First pitch to him, off speed in there for a strike, home 1.
I got to tell you, though, the weather here is incredible. It's
Sure
already
is.
106 in Arizona right now, so to come here with a little cool in the air, makes me feel good.
0-1 to Lujo, the center fielder, has singled and flied to left, and he has scored a run. The 0-1. Runner goes from first. Pitch is popped up. Right side, foul ground. Bingaman runs over. He'll run out of room. It's a row or two behind the Georgia dugout. Dre in front.
Josh,
0-2.
your reaction to joining Bo and Frank and Huddy and Greg Olson on that wall?
To me, it's like those were all the guys when I was here that we all looked up to.
Sure.
And, Tim Hudson was still around and very involved kind of when I was here. And I remember seeing Huddy, and I was like, man, I hope that I get to have a career like Tim Hudson had. And obviously Frank Thomas, Hall of Famer, Bo Jackson, probably the best athlete of all time.
0-2
and
pitch.
Greg Olson,
Rookie of the year.
No slouch himself. So it's one of those deals to where I feel very honored to be a part of that. It's a small group of guys, and for me to be the newly guy involved in that, I feel very honored, and it's special for me.
Could you hang with us through another half inning?
Of course.
Thank you.
Lujo swings and misses. Alvarez strikes out back-to-back batters
Best
to close
inning
up
tonight.
the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Josh Donaldson in the booth with us. Tigers trail Georgia 5-2. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Download the Auburn Athletics app, powered by War Eagle Mobile. Buy tickets, be a part of game day giveaways, shop the latest Auburn gear, and manage your War Eagle Plus subscription. And listen to every broadcast from the Auburn Sports Network, even when multiple games are happening simultaneously, on the official mobile app of Auburn Athletics. Download it now.
Looking for legendary wings, mouth-watering burgers, and unbeatable pizza for your next big event? Baumhauer's Catering is here to satisfy your cravings. From tailgates, birthdays, to office lunches and weddings, boost your event with delicious flavors of Baumhauer's Catering. We offer pickup or delivery, or choose our full-service catering that includes setup and staff. Don't have space for your big event? We can even host you in our dedicated party space. Baumhauer's Victory Grill Catering. Legendary flavors, zero hassle. War Eagle.
Auburn trails Georgia 5-2. Tigers come to the plate in the bottom of the 4th inning against Dylan Vigue. It'll be Terrell, Gregorio, and Ballou. 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the order here in the 4th inning. Josh Donaldson is with us in the booth. Of course, if Auburn scores this inning, you're probably stuck here for a little while. Yeah.
Good.
Staying.
Now we understand each other.
Exactly.
Big moments, big games throughout your Auburn career, aside from your standout pitching performance against Mercer, that stand out to you or that you remember after this first pitch to Bub Terrell, ball low.
I remember my junior year, we came here, and they were top 10 in the country, and we faced them, and I had a pretty good series that year. I think I hit a game-winning homer on the Sunday series to clinch that series. So that was probably one of the bigger. And then obviously my freshman year, we went to a regional, and I made the all-regional team there, and it was that was kind of where I really kind of started establishing myself, was that freshman year towards the end.
1 ball, 1 strike to Terrell after a breaking ball called a strike. And there is a fastball for strike 2. Vigue has gotten ahead of Terrell, 1 ball, 2 strikes. He has hit a batter. He's given up 4 hits and 2 runs, no walks yet for the junior right-hander Vigue. Auburn memories. First the 1-2 pitch.
There we go.
Grounded foul left side. You're into it, like you're watching this a little bit. It's that player in you, right?
Yeah, I look at the game a little bit different than most people, I would probably say. But, I mean, I still have that competitive nature to me where I want these guys to win.
1-2 pitch. Got a P7, grounded it back to the pitcher. Vignew fields, runs to first, tosses for the out, 1 away. All right, Josh, games aside, you spend a lot of time doing baseball stuff here on campus, but there's some college life. I mean, what are some of the things you remember about life away from baseball during your time at Auburn?
Oh, I mean, my freshman year, I got spoiled. We went undefeated in that football year with Jason Campbell, Carnell Williams, Cadillac, and Ronnie Brown, and just being in study hall with those guys. I was a football player that played baseball. And so to be around those guys, I just, that was really special to me. And, obviously being on your own for the first time, really kind of figuring out life and how to manage money and how to manage, going to class and all that stuff. And, still trying to figure out I'm going to be the best baseball player I'm going to be. And there's a lot of things that you got to take away from college that took me to where I was at today.
2 balls, no strikes. Gregorio has taken a couple away. Left-handed hitter. Flied out his first time, chops one to the right. First baseman gloves it on 2 hops. Underhand toss to Vignew covering the bag. A 1-3 put out, then a 3-1 put out. 2 up, 2 down in the fourth.
I want you to talk about that first year in Toronto. That's your MVP year.
Yeah.
You guys make a deep run in the postseason that year.
Yeah, it was special. And, I came off of my 14 year. I was a little bit banged up the second half. I came off a really good first half. And I came into that season really raring to go, and I feel like I kind of had figured my stuff out to where the playing on the field became easy. And, we had such a special team, and for myself to be hitting in front of Jose Bautista, Eben Encarnacion, pitchers really didn't have anywhere to go. And I knew that they had to come at me. So it was one of those deals to where I fell in a really good situation and took advantage of it.
Cade Ballou has taken the first 2 pitches of the at-bat outside. 2-0 the count to Cade. He grounded out to short his first time. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the fourth, 5-2 Georgia, 2-0 pitch. Popped up, left side, that'll get out of play. 2-1.
How'd you find out you were the MVP?
We were at the house back in Alabama at the time, and they had the whole thing on MLB, and they announced it that way. But funny story, when I went into arbitration, because the Blue Jays took me to arbitration before I even played a game for them, and I had ended our argument with that year saying that go into a new ballpark with a new team that I was going to win the MVP, and I was able to kind of do that. And,
called the shot.
Yeah, and eventually, it was – I just knew
2-2 pitch.
I knew where I was at and who I was as a player at that time, and the situation that I got put into, as I said earlier, it was a win-win for me.
Ballou takes it low for ball 3. Now the count is full. 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth. Vignew steps back on the rubber. He winds, and the pitch is a called third strike. And Vignew's fired up as he speed walks to the Georgia dugout. 3 up, 3 down for the Tigers in the fourth. Josh Donaldson, what an honor to have you here. Congratulations. Thank you very much for stopping by and talking with us tonight.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys.
War Eagle, my friend.
War Eagle. Let's score some runs and win this game.
There you go.
That's it. That's Josh Donaldson. We will come back. Auburn trails 5-2 through 4 innings at Plainsman Park. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like cookouts. Cornhole with friends. Ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad. The one with the feta. Oh, sorry. Or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
It is 5-2 Georgia. All the offense in this one came in the first inning. Andres Alvarez up to 74 pitches. He's given up a season-high 7 hits and a season-high 5 runs, but nothing since the first. He'll face Ishikawa, Wynn, and Oriach here in the 5th inning. Tonight's game sponsor is Golden Flake. Auburn Athletics would like to thank Golden Flake for their continued support of Auburn Athletics. Golden Flake, the official snack of the Auburn Tigers for over 68 years. War Eagle. First pitch is called a ball high to Ishikawa. 0 for 1, he's flied to left. He's also walked and scored. Alvarez quickly fires and misses low. It's 2-0. Four innings, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts for the Auburn starter. Play Ishikawa, left-handed hitter to pull. Here's the 2-0. There's a strike on the outside corner, and it's got to keep holding them here. Top half of the order tonight has been able to get some guys on base. Scored 2 runs in the first inning, 2-1. Fastball didn't get the call. It was a little low, and the count 3-1. He's gone to a 3-ball count now all 3 times to Ishikawa. Alvarez 94 pitches on a day short rest a week ago. 3-1. Just missed a little up and out. So it's a leadoff walk to Ishikawa. Second straight inning that started with a walk for Georgia. And now Wynn, the number 6 hitter who's been a terror tonight, comes to the plate. Right-handed hitter, he's gone to right field both times. A 2-run single in the first and a double in the third. He bats here with a runner on and nobody out. L.J. Cormier throwing for the Tigers in the bullpen. And here comes Everett Tiefert out to talk to Alvarez. Dre at 78 pitches. Gives us a chance to check the Yellowwood scoreboard. Florida leads LSU 7-1. They are in the 6th in Baton Rouge. Texas leads Missouri 10-0 through 5. Texas A&M leads Mississippi State 10-9 through 6. They're in the bottom of the 7th in Tuscaloosa. Ole Miss leads Alabama 5-0. Arkansas leads Kentucky 4-2, bottom of the 7th in Lexington. It's Vanderbilt 7, South Carolina 5 in the 7th in Nashville. All those scores on the Yellowwood scoreboard. Auburn entered the night in a 3-way tie for 5th in the SEC with Florida and Mississippi State. If those 3 teams were to finish with the same record, Auburn would win that tiebreaker. They took the series over both those teams. Here is Wynn, first pitch. Changeup, swung through and missed, 0-1.
He was not trying to go the opposite way with that swing.
No, he was trying to put it over the War Eagle wall where all those fans are gathered. Big hole on the right side. They hold the runner. It's a big lead over there for Ishikawa. 3 stolen bases on the year, 0-1. Swing and a miss. He threw the same pitch. He got the same swing and miss. 0-2 to the Georgia second baseman. Crowd behind Alvarez. Now they quiet as the 0-2 pitch comes home. He got a breaking ball, and he popped it up right side into the seats. Still 0-2. No outs. Runner at first. 5 runs, 7 hits for Georgia. 2 runs, 4 hits for Auburn. Righty-righty matchup in the 5th. Alvarez comes set and then throws to first. High, and no tag applied. 0-2. Alvarez to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Same off-speed pitch. Lowered the plane a little bit, and Wynn couldn't catch it. Another strikeout for Alvarez, number 6 on the night for the Auburn starter. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. Last 3 outs have been strikeouts. Now here's Jordy Oriat. He is homered to right and flied out to deep right in the corner. Throw to first, runner back. Last 2 throws over from Alvarez have been high.
Marciano with 96 strikeouts. Now Alvarez above 90. Auburn's first 90K strikeout, guys.
Pitch, line toward right, and McCrane will have to play it on a bounce. Man.
Oriat just hit the ball hard every time up tonight.
Yeah.
They put him in the lineup, and that has helped Georgia.
The left-handed bat against the righty, and he's come through.
Auburn's first teammate pair with above 90 strikeouts since 1999.
Wow.
Coming from our friend Georgia Nunley.
This team has done a lot of that this year. First since. And the since is 20 or 30 years ago. Here's Branch. First pitch. Off speed. Caught the outside corner. 0-1. Branch has walked, and he's flat out to right field. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Georgia tries to add to a 5-2 lead in the top of the 5th inning. Alvarez spins and throws back towards second. Rembert covers the bag. And Ishikawa is back. Branch has 16 home runs on the year. He's driven in 48 runs. He's got 2 on base here.
4 double plays.
0-1. Swing and a miss. Through the curve. Dropped off the table for Branch, and Dre ahead 0-2. Oriach singled on the first pitch that he got. Alvarez got ahead of Wynn 0-2 and then struck him out. He's now ahead of Branch 0-2. The delivery. Low and blocked well by Fralick. A ball and 2 strikes. Runners get their leads. And the 1-2 offering. Pulled foul on the ground off the side of the camera well. Left side. Still a ball, 2 strikes. Auburn's bullpen was occupied in the first inning when Georgia got 5 runs on 4 hits, including a 3-run home run by Oriach. Oriach, who's at first now. Ishikawa at second. And another 1-2 to Branch. Fastball fly to deep right field. McCrane on the run. He will run out of room. It is gone. It's a 3-run homer for Colby Branch. Georgia extends its lead to 8-2. A pair of 3-run home runs for Georgia. This is what they do. This is their DNA. It's how the team was constructed, and they're doing what they've done to everybody else tonight. Eight to 2. And now Ryan Black, the batter. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out. And Everett Tiefert is out, and that'll be the end of the night for Andre Alvarez.
Well, I just didn't see this one coming tonight. He has been so good for Auburn for so long, but just could not overcome the first inning tonight.
L.J. Cormier on his way in. Auburn makes a golden flake call to the bullpen.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
LJ Cormier is on for the Tigers, freshman right-hander, 6'1", 173 from Tuscaloosa and Sipsey High School. Cormier 1-0 this year, a 2.35 earned run average, making his 17th relief appearance with a save. 30 2/3 innings, 10 runs, 8 earned on 23 hits. Has struck out 41, walked 11. Has yet to give up a homer, and opponents are hitting 197 against LJ Cormier. No record this year in SEC play, an ERA of 2.33, making his 9th appearance in the league, and his save came in SEC play. 19 1/3 innings, 5 runs on 17 hits, 20 strikeouts, 5 walks, no homers, and opponents hitting 227 against Cormier. The night for Andres Alvarez, 4 1/3 innings, 8 runs all earned on 9 hits, 6 strikeouts, 4 walks through 88 pitches, 50 for strikes tonight.
Cormier will face the number 9 hitter, Ryan Black. The true freshman right-hander pitched against Mississippi State. In the opener of the series, he gave up 3 runs on 4 hits. In 3 1/3 innings, it was the first time he had given up a run since April 2nd. And it is the only time this year that he's given up more than 1 run, or more than 1 earned run in an outing. So Cormier ready to see what he can do against these Georgia bats. They lead at 8-2. A pair of 3-run home runs, the difference in the ball game. First pitch, curveball, strike on the outside corner. Black 1 for 2. Infield plays him to pull. And the 0-1 offering. Swing and a foul ball, caught a piece of Fralick, 0-2. Another breaking ball from Cormier. And Scott Kennedy will give Fralick a chance to shake it off wherever that one caught him. I couldn't tell. But the home plate umpire goes and walks the ball out to Cormier. Top of the 5th inning. Nearing the halfway point of this one. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Cormier makes quick work of Black. Strikes out the first batter he faces. And now the top of the order. And Trey Phelps. Phelps is 0 for 2. He has walked and struck out twice. Auburn went lefty to lefty last night. First pitch strike, going 1. Tigers go right-hander to right-hander tonight. Alvarez to Cormier. LJ, glove in front of his face, into the short wind in the 0-1. Little check swing, tapper, left side. Guevara fields, throws, safe. Cormier never moved off the mound.
That was odd looking. I don't know if he lost it coming off the bat, but it was up to Guevara, who had no chance to throw out the speedy Phelps.
Just an excuse me swing. And you know what? Good hitting teams get those kind of breaks sometimes. And it brings Daniel Jackson to the plate with 2 outs. It was 5-2 after 1. It stayed 5-2 until the 5th. And Georgia has hit a 3-run home run this inning to extend its lead. 8 runs on 10 hits. 2 runs on 4 hits for Auburn. Stretch and Cormier's pitch. Low and picked well by Fralick. 1 ball, no strikes. True freshman Cormier, you know he's not intimidated by this moment, no matter what happens in this outing. 1-0 pitch. Hit to third. Guevara with a beautiful stop. He goes to second for the force there for the third out of the inning. Jackson hit it hard, but Guevara backed up on it and gloved it and threw to second for the force. And the inning is over. Georgia sends 7 to the plate in the 5th inning. Bulldogs get 3 runs on 3 hits. No Auburn errors and a runner stranded. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 8-2 Georgia. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit. But we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks, and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by Alabama Power. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
8-2 Georgia leads it. Auburn comes to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. 9-1 and 2 hitters due up. It's McCrane, and Guevara. 5th inning presented by Southern Union. Move seamlessly to Auburn. Complete your bachelor's degree in selected programs by taking courses at Southern Union and Auburn concurrently at Southern Union's tuition rates. Let Southern Union put you on a path to the plane.
The last Auburn teammates with at least 90 strikeouts in a season. Auburn had 3 in 99. I've been asked a lot about this starting staff.
Yeah.
And who does it compare to? Well, Brent Schoening, Chris Butchek, and Hayden Galimo. Schoening with 151, Butchek 125, and Galimo 105 as far as strikeouts. That was a really good staff for Hal Baird.
Brandon McCrane 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He shows bunt. Strike down the middle at 92. 0-1. Big U's retired 5 in a row. Pitch. Bunted. Left side. Phelps fields, throws, pulls the first baseman off the bag. McCrane cannot move to second because Wynn backed up the play, but he forced the wild throw by Phelps. He picked it up with his right hand and was stumbling forward, throwing on the run. He threw wild to the bag, and McCrane is aboard to start the 5th.
Phelps kind of threw almost underhand to first.
Yeah.
Fortunate for Georgia that they didn't bounce down the line even further because it kept Brandon McCrane at first. It will be a single for McCrane.
So a leadoff base runner, and now Mason McCrane to the plate. He singled to start the 3rd. 1 for 2 tonight for the Auburn right fielder. Pitch. Fouled straight back, had a good cut. Georgia starter is only at 62 pitches here in the 5th. He's been able to stay away from free passes. No walks. And a hit batter tonight. That hit batter, the only free base runner. The 0-1 to McCrane. Way outside, a ball and a strike.
Brad, we can say hello to our friend Matt, who's listening to the broadcast tonight. 37,000 feet over the Atlantic. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Matt.
That wing signal's a dandy.
Yeah. 1-1. Pitch. Called strike, breaking ball, and a good pitch. 1-2. Tigers trail 8-2. Can't get them back in one swing. One base runner at a time. McCrane's got to fight with 2 strikes. Vigu set. And he deals. And he gets a swing and a miss. 5th strikeout of the game for Vigu. And there's 1 down in the Tiger 5th. Now here's Eric Guevara. 0 for 2. A ground out and a strikeout. Understand Guevara's parents are here this weekend.
Good.
They're here from Panama. Be a good time to get his first hit of the game. First pitch. Called strike, 0-1.
That's not a strike. That pitch is low. I'm just telling you.
Vigu has had better control tonight than he's had just about any other time this year.
Oh, he's been terrific.
0-1. Another strike called, 0-2. McCrane at first, one down, bottom of the fifth. The 0-2. Off the end of the bat, fouled up the right side. He got a piece of the slider. Vigu has only gone to one 3-ball count tonight. That was to Ballou, who he struck out. And he hadn't gone to a ton of 2-ball counts. Been a lot of strikes from Vigu, better than 2-1. 0-2. Fastball missed the outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's a better pitch than the first 2 in the sequence. Brandon McCrane, the runner at first. 1 out. 1-2 pitch to Guevara. Here it is. Flied right side, foul.
Tried to get the fastball by him, and Eric was able to foul it off.
Scoreboard watching, Yellowwood scoreboard. They're about to go final in Austin. Texas leads Missouri 10-0. Mizzou batting in the top of the 7th. 1-2 to Guevara. Slider, he laid off. It was outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That Texas team, they're going to appeal to first. He didn't go. That Texas team's going to be the 2 seed at the SEC tournament behind Georgia.
Well, especially if the score in Tuscaloosa holds. A Texas win and an Alabama loss would clinch the 2 seed for Texas. From the stretch, pitch from Vigu. Slider swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts as Auburn starts the 3rd time through the order against the Georgia starter, and now Chase Fralick, the last chance for Auburn to do something with a leadoff single.
Boy, right-handers against this Georgia staff this weekend, it has been tough for Auburn. I mean, really tough for Auburn.
Well, that's why you like the idea by McCrane to try to bunt to open the inning. And he did. He got on base that way. Right-handers just haven't been able to get much going last night or tonight. Fralick has a hit, and he's been hit by a pitch. He takes a first pitch strike. It's just strike 1 on repeat.
Yeah.
Runner at first, 2 down. And only 72 pitches. He's really efficient. Steps off the rubber. That's his reset for the inning. Listen to all things SEC, including live games in SEC this morning on SiriusXM SEC Radio, channel 374, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. 0-1. Bounced up there, gets away from Jackson. McCrane takes off for second, and he makes it sliding. Jackson never did pick the ball up until Brandon was already at second base. It's a wild pitch. Now a base hit means a run. 3 in the top of the 5th for Georgia to extend its lead to 8-2. 1-1 to Fralick. Way outside, 2-1. Vigu went 6 innings against Florida on April 11th. That's his longest SEC outing this year. Pitch. That's low, 3-1. Hitters count for the Auburn catcher. Rembert would be next. 2 outs in the inning. He went 5 1/3 at Mississippi State. Held that offense down to a run on 2 hits. 3-1. Way outside. That one slipped on him. And it's a walk to Fralick. First and second. 2 out.
Vigu's first walk of the night. That's how good he has been working into the 5th inning.
Let's see. He's only had 2 outings this year, which he did not walk a batter. 3 innings against Missouri, 4 2/3 against Tennessee. But now the battery and the third baseman are over, and the shortstop.
Activity in the pen for Georgia. And thank you for the banana pudding to our booth.
Who sent the banana pudding?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It just arrived.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. It's not often we get treats delivered to the booth. That's very nice. Here is Chris Rembert. What a treat it would be to watch him get a base hit here. Cut into this deficit. First pitch outside, ball 1.
Against the right-handers, if he can get 2 strikes on you, you're in a lot of trouble. I mean, a lot of trouble.
1 ball, no strikes. Rembert is doubled and struck out. He doubled on a 1-0 pitch in the first. This 1-0 is a slider that misses low and a little out, 2-0. Rembert has driven in 38 runs this year. Vigu walked Freilich and now has gone 2-0 to Rembert. Here's the pitch. Pass ball through there for a strike. 2-1.
His best pitch has been that slider, his off-speed stuff tonight. That's been his best pitch.
No question. Junior right-hander deals and misses. Oh, my goodness, that's called a strike.
And Butch Thompson is on the home plate umpire right now.
2-2 the count. That looked inside. But it's 2-2. And the pitch. Fly ball, right center field. It will get down. Picked up by Black in right field. 1 run is home. Rembert has 2 doubles in the game. An RBI double to right center for Chris Rembert. Auburn gets a run back. It's 8-3 Georgia. RBI number 39 on the year. McCrane scored easily. Freilich was held at third. 2 in scoring position for Ethan Bingaman.
Now Rembert with a rare 2-out or 2-strike base hit tonight by a right-handed hitter against this guy. Nicely done, Chris Rembert.
And now that'll do it, I think.
16, Zach Brown is warming up right now in the pen.
And number 35, Paul Farley. Farley's a right-hander. Meeting on the mound here, no indication given. Let's go hurry this meeting along there, Scott. Finally, normally the home plate umpire starts his walk out there with 12 seconds left. All right, they're not going to make a change.
Well, Bingaman drove home a couple runs in the first.
Yep.
With 2 down.
2-run single for Bingaman in the first. He's also flied out to center. He's hit it well both times. Pitch home. Strike. Started him with a fastball to get ahead. And when he has gotten ahead, that's where he's done his damage. Seems pretty elementary. Happens to have worked a bunch tonight. For Vigu, quickly 0-1. Line drive, center field, that is down. And it gets past the center fielder. It's all the way to the wall. 2-run score. Bingaman heads for third. He'll be held up there. It'll be a single and an error. 2-run score for the Tigers, and it's 8-5.
Well, Lujo came on. He had ideas of throwing out Rembert at the plate. And a la that Game 1 win against Texas, it just skipped right underneath the glove. And now that will be all for Big U.
Georgia's going to make a pepper tree pitching change to Farley. For a new level of taste, Tiger fans know it's got to be Pepper Tree. For the best wine selection and the finest cuts of meat, visit Pepper Tree in Auburn or Montgomery. Online, steaksandwine.com. Auburn's not going anywhere, folks. It's 8-5 Georgia in the 5th inning, and the Bulldogs are forced to make a Pepper Tree pitching change.
Looking for legendary wings, mouth-watering burgers, and unbeatable pizza for your next big event? Baumhauer's Catering is here to satisfy your cravings. From tailgates, birthdays, to office lunches and weddings, boost your event with delicious flavors of Baumhauer's Catering. We offer pickup or delivery, or choose our full-service catering that includes setup and staff. Don't have space for your big event? We can even host you in our dedicated party space. Baumhauer's Victory Grill Catering. Legendary flavors, zero hassle. War Eagle.
Pepper Tree pitching change for Georgia, number 35, Paul Farley. Redshirt sophomore right-hander, 6'2", 210 pounds, from Kennesaw, Georgia. And out of Mount Perrin Christian. Farley, 6-1 this year, a 5.06 ERA. This will be his 20th appearance and his 18th in relief with a save. 37 1/3 innings, 24 runs, 21 earned, 40 hits, 38 strikeouts, 20 walks, 3 homers, and opponents are hitting .280 against Farley. 4-0 on the year in the SEC with a 5.71 ERA. This is his 11th, boy, sing it, Freddie Mercury. Farley making his 11th relief appearance, 17 1/3 innings, 14 runs, 11 earned on 18 hits, 15 strikeouts, 15 walks in league play, 2 homers, and the league hitting .265 against Farley. Well, really good start tonight for Big U, but it comes to a close and he doesn't get through the 5th. 4 2/3 innings, 5 runs all earned on 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, a walk, a wild pitch, and he hit a batter. And what was once an 8-2 lead is now an 8-5 lead for Georgia. And a runner at third and 2 outs here for Auburn in the 5th. And Bub Terrell to face, the first one to face Paul Farley.
Tell you something, if you thought this team was just going to go away quietly because Georgia hit a home run, that's just not in the character of this team. Here's Bub Terrell, runner at third, 2 down. A single, a strikeout, a walk, a double, and then a 2-run single and an error. Bingaman at third, Terrell to the plate. Bub is 0 for 2. Hit into a fielder's choice to end the first. Grounded back to the pitcher. Farley deals. Starts him with a breaking ball that missed outside, maybe a little high. 1 ball, no strikes. Farley steps off the rubber. Now gets his plant foot set. Pitch clock at 7. 1-0 to Terrell. Down and in, 2-0. The right-hander against the left-handed hitting left fielder for the Tigers. Bub looking for his first hit of the weekend. The 0-2, or the 2-0 rather, fouled back to the backstop, 2-1. Took a shot, 2-0.
It's a good pitch on the inside corner from Farley.
Outfield pretty much straight away.
You don't want to let Bub get those arms extended.
Yeah.
And he can hit it anywhere in this ballpark. And out.
2-1. Missed way outside. 3-1 the count. Another left-handed hitter, Logan Gregorio, waits on deck. Auburn has scored 3 times in the 5th to match Georgia's 3 in the top of the inning. All of the runs have scored in 2 innings tonight. 3-1 to Bub. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Off speed and low. Terrell takes a long walk out of the batter's box. Tigers now 5 runs on 7 hits. Here we go. Payoff pitch, 2 outs. Bingaman at third. Farley deals. Fouled away.
Like the idea. Trying to go the opposite way.
Base hit brings the deficit down to 2. It would be the closest Auburn has been tonight since that 5-run first for Georgia if Terrell can punch it through somewhere. Another payoff pitch. Here it is. Ball 4 low. Bub draws a walk.
Good at bat.
And Logan Gregorio comes to the plate. Gregorio tonight is flied to left and grounded to first. Gregorio, couple of homers, 13 RBIs on the year. He's got that lunging stance from the left side. Farley from the stretch. First pitch. Hits Gregorio, and the bases are loaded. Bases are loaded for Cade Ballou.
Got a feeling that Zach Brown probably still warming up for Georgia. He was warming up with Farley. If he isn't, he is now.
And Cade Ballou, who's been hit by more pitches than anybody in Auburn baseball history, comes
41
to the plate.
of them.
Yeah. He's 0 for 2 tonight. A ground out and a strikeout. Bases loaded. Tigers trail 8-5. First pitch. Ballou fouls it off right side, 0-1.
He was looking fastball, and he got a change.
Yeah. Got a lot of room on the left side if he can go the other way with it. O'Shaughnessy at first is 2 feet off the line. Maybe. Significant pull play defensively. 0-1. Drops in for a strike. A good breaking ball. And Ballou is in a hole 0-2.
It's been breaking ball on the first 2 pitches to Cade. Straight change and then a curve. Fight right now.
And no matter what happens here, Auburn has gotten back to within 3. Here is the 0-2 pitch. It's low. Jackson doesn't know where it is. It's right by his foot. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ballou in the starting lineup tonight, a left-handed bat against a right-handed starter. Right-handed reliever for Georgia, so Ballou stays in. Trying to bear down with 2 strikes and 2 outs, and the bases loaded in the 5th inning. The 1-2 offering. Fouled up the left side. Still a ball, 2 strikes.
That was 93. That was the fastball.
Yep.
I still think he's going to get something off speed.
I do too. I think that was the maybe you show him the fastball to go back to the off speed here. Oh, for a base hit to the left side here. Farley set his 1-2. Low.
Good job.
2 balls, 2 strikes. It was the slider, and it was down. Bingaman at third, Terrell at second, Gregorio at first. And new baseballs for Scott Kennedy. Farley trying to get out of trouble. His 2-2 to Ballou is low, and the count is full. Runners will get a head start. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. What a pitch. What a moment in this game. Farley ready. He deals. Fouled away left side.
Tried to sneak the fastball by him again. All right, now, if you're looking for trends, this next pitch is going to be something off speed, probably down.
Can Cade see it?
Yeah.
Can he see spin early? Here comes the crowd again. Oh, we love it. Payoff pitch. Pulled foul. He got an off-speed pitch. He got a changeup that hung up there. Ballou fouled it off the facing of the Georgia dugout. How's everybody doing out there? How's your heart rate? How are your fingernails? Bases loaded. 3-2, 2 outs. Down 3. Farley's pitch. Ground ball, right side. Diving stop, second baseman, throw to first. Ballou is safe. A run is in. It is 8-6. Wynn saved another run by making a diving stop at second, but a run is in and the bases are still loaded and Auburn is within 2.
That is one of the best at-bats we've seen from Cade Ballou all year.
You're right.
He absolutely battled his tail off.
And now Brandon McCrane, who started the inning with a bunt single. He's the 10th man to bat. Terrell at third, Gregorio at second. Ballou at first. Base hit ties the game. Pitch. McCrane pops it up.
Get back.
Foul play. Jackson under it. He's got it, and the inning is over. McCrane pops out on the first pitch, but Auburn is right back in the thick of it. 8-6 the score. Tigers get 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Took advantage of a couple of walks and a hit batter and an error in the inning, and the Tigers leave them loaded in the 5th. 8-6 Georgia, your new score. We'll go to the 6th when we come back. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Hey Tiger fans, it's college baseball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Backwards K's and Barn Burners. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this postseason. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Auburn baseball games or to any other live event in Auburn, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Auburn Tiger baseball. Let's go Tigers, SeatGeek.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
What a 5th inning. What a 5th inning. Georgia got a 3-run home run to make it 8-2. Auburn responded with 4 runs in the bottom. It's 8-6.
And the game is now in the bullpens.
That's right. L.J. Cormier for the Tigers. He'll face O'Shaughnessy, Lujo, and Ishikawa, 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Cormier got the last 2 outs in the 5th inning for Auburn. The right-hander goes to work against O'Shaughnessy, and there's a swing and a foul tip into the mitt, 0-1.
We saw Brotherman before the ball game behind home plate tonight. So good. It's been a long time since we saw Brotherman here at Plainsman Park, and no coincidence. We understand that the Nanner pudding comes from the cake corner on a night where Brotherman's here.
0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Pulled the string on a changeup, inner half.
So thank you, cake corner.
Andy's going to enjoy his banana pudding.
Yeah, you're not getting a bit of that.
Well, 1 divided by 1 is 1. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Cormier carves up O'Shaughnessy, 1 away in the 6th. Second strikeout for Cormier. He just kept going lower with the off-speed pitches in that at-bat. Here's Lujo, the center fielder. Boy, it has gotten quiet here at the ballpark. First pitch. Fastball, strike. Down the middle. Lujo 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the 5-run first inning for Georgia. He's also flied to left and struck out. Cormier off the right side of the rubber, plants, fires. Fastball, A little low. 1-1. Nobody on, 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Tigers trail 8-6. 1-1 delivery. Fly ball deep to left. And Lujo has left the ballpark. On top of the War Eagle wall, it is his 9th home run of the year. And Georgia gets one of those back. It's 9-6 Bulldogs.
Tried to sneak a fastball by him, and Lujo was ready.
And the problem was it was the 3rd straight fastball in the at-bat. You got to mix it up a little more.
Yeah, 2 of the home runs tonight are guys that are not even at double digits, which is odd for this Georgia lineup.
Yep.
Branch hit his 17th, Oriach his 7th, and Lujo his 9th.
Got to keep on swinging the axe tonight, all the way through the 9th inning. Ishikawa takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. They play him to pull, left-handed hitting left fielder. Pitch popped up. Right side foul ground. Bingaman coming over near the Georgia dugout. He will not have room. It drifted all the way over to the top of the dugout. 0-2. Cormier ahead. 3 home runs for Georgia tonight. Really drives home the point from last night's game, how you hold them to 2 solo home runs. It's as well pitched a game that as Auburn has had this year, despite the loss. The 0-2 to Ishikawa on the way. Line toward left. Terrell is over. He's under it. He makes the catch. 2 down. And that'll bring Ryan Wynn to the plate. Alvarez struck him out his last at bat. Before that, a single, a double, a run scored, 2 RBIs, stolen base. And Wynn's played defensively. Georgia's putting a star next to it because his diving stop on the infield single by Ballou kept another run for scoring. It would have been a 1-run game going into the inning. First pitch curveball stayed a little high, 1-0. Terrell plays deep in left. Pitch curve high, or change up high, 2-0. Ballou and McCrane play him to go the other way just a few feet in center and in right. 2-0 pitch. Wynn grounds it out in front of the plate, and it's called a foul ball, and Fralick doesn't think so.
It was immediately called foul. That makes it a dead ball by the home plate umpire, Kennedy. I'd like to see it again, but he immediately called foul. Wynn didn't immediately. Well, Wynn did start up the first base line. He was just making sure, I guess.
So it's 2-1. Solo homer for Georgia here in the top of the 6th. And it's 9-6. 2-1 pitch. Wynn swings, pops it up right side. That'll get out of play. Evens the count at 2-2. Conecuh smoked sausage is a fan favorite for tailgating, and you can enjoy a grilled Conecuh sausage dog or premium hot dog at Plainsman Park. Come get one tomorrow. Conecuh, family owned, made in Evergreen, Alabama since 1947. Make Conecuh sausage part of your game day. 2-2 from Cormier. Fouled back. And we'll do it again. Oriach would be next.
Let him lead off the 7th, please.
Yeah, big 6'5", 245-pound brute in the on-deck circle. 2-2. Ground ball to second. Rembert gloves. The 3rd hop. Throws to the bag, and the inning is over. So Georgia gets a solo homer from Rylan Lujo, his 9th of the year. The only hit in the inning. Nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Georgia 9, Auburn 6. Keep swinging, Auburn. Baseball continues in a moment.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years, and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Hey Tiger fans, it's college baseball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Backwards K's and Barn Burners. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this postseason. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Auburn baseball games or to any other live event in Auburn, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Auburn Tiger baseball. Let's go Tigers, SeatGeek.
We move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Auburn will have the top of the order due up. McCrane, Guevara, and Freilich against Paul Farley. Want to mention it's been 23 years since Jim Fife passed away. It was on this day in 2003.
It was a Tuesday.
I was listening to a station in our local affiliate group today, ESPN 106.7, to their midday show. And it was essentially just a full tribute to Jim Fife. Some wonderful memories. And everybody's got a favorite Jim Fife call. And he was the voice of the Auburn Tigers during a time when the football program saw a resurgence.
A golden age, I think, of Auburn athletics.
No question about it. Of course, the 1993 season, there was only the radio broadcast. Mason McCrane leads off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch. Breaking ball called a strike, 0-1. McCrane tonight has singled, struck out, and grounded back to the pitcher. He's 1 for 3. His single led off the 3rd inning. Trying to lead off the 6th. Trailing 9-6. Here's the pitch. Another breaking ball. That one is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. And as good as Jim was at football, he was just as good or better at basketball. And he was the voice of the Tigers during the 98-99 SEC championship season, the team a #1 seed in the NCAA tournament. 1-1. Low, 2-1 the count.
Well, he was the voice of 2 of those guys that are on the outfield wall.
That's right. Yeah, Bo Jackson, Frank Thomas.
Played football for Auburn.
It's true.
2 sport outstanding stars for Auburn.
And for a lot of folks, Jim was the voice that you grew up with, and you just associated with your Auburn fandom. 2-1, ground ball, second baseman diving stop, throws from a knee to get the out, win with a 5-star play. A diving stop, and then he made an accurate throw to get McCrane, who was speeding down the line, 1 away in the 6th.
Auburn just needs to continue to hit the ball hard on this guy because they're doing that. Now listen, Wynn has made 2 outstanding plays at second.
Yep.
Just continue to go after Georgia pitching right now.
Yep. The swings are good here against Farley. Pitch. Ball 1 outside, 1-0. Guevara is 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts and a ground out tonight for the Auburn third baseman. He was on such a tear in the month of April. Going into the A&M series, 1-0, called strike outside edge, 1-1 from Farley. Hit the ball hard almost every time in College Station, but just right at somebody. I mean, a lot of really good swings. Tigers hoping he gets back in that groove offensively as you approach postseason. 1-1, slider, fouled off, 1-2. And very clear what the plan is against Eric as well. Try to get him to chase the slider away.
Yeah, it's not going to be the last time that there is a game plan against him.
Right.
And the same thing for Rembert for Auburn.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on, 6th inning pitch. Little grounder back to the pitcher. Farley, gloves, throws, 2 away. 2 ground outs to start the inning. And now Freilich to the plate. Freilich's been on all 3 times. He's singled, he's walked, he's been hit by a pitch. He has scored 2 of Auburn's 6 runs. Obviously, we're a little biased because of the spot that we're in, but we see such connection with Auburn fans to their broadcasters. And we see it as we interact now. I don't know that you see it. You do see it other places, but it's really rich here. Freilich stands in. First pitch is a called strike, 0-1. So, honored the memory of Jim Fife today. Tomorrow, we get the official naming ceremony of our home radio booth here for the late Rod Bramlett. 0-1. Outside, a ball and a strike. Signage is up. You can see it in our in the booth cam, the Auburn Tigers YouTube channel. 1-1. Breaking ball hit on the ground, right side. Wynn dives and cannot stop it.
Got his glove on it, though,
Sure
didn't he?
did. But it's a base hit for Freilich. He's been on base all 4 times. Can Auburn do something with a 2-out single? Rembert to the plate. He's doubled twice. 2 for 3 tonight. 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, and a run driven in for the Auburn second baseman.
Rod called 2 of those names up on that outfield wall now, Tim Hudson and Josh Donaldson. Many, many more here at Plainsman Park, and I'm so happy that his name is going to be part of this broadcast booth from now on.
First pitch to Rembert. Swing and fly it into right center field. Black in right is under it. He's got it, and the inning's over. Rembert flies out on the first pitch of the at-bat, and the 2-out single goes by the wayside. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left for Auburn. We are through 6. It's 9-6 Georgia. Whether you're planting a tree or tackling a backyard project, don't risk a penalty. Contact Alabama 811 before you dig and get your underground utilities marked for free. Visit al811.com or call 811. It's free, it's simple, and it's the law. Tigers trail 9-6 through 6. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Massive international soccer is coming to Auburn for the first time. 2 proud nations, 1 global game. Argentina versus Iceland. Tuesday, June 9th at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Incredible elite competition and world-class talent coming to Auburn. Road to 26. Argentina versus Iceland. June 9th. Get tickets at aubtix.com or roadto26.com.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
It's a 3-run ball game with 3 innings to go. Georgia leads it 9-6. Bulldogs trying to win the series. Auburn trying to even it up. They got to hold them right where they are. L.J. Cormier back to the mound, and he will face the bottom third of the order for Georgia. Oriach, Branch, and Black. And here to take you the rest of the way, once again, voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
Bottom third of this order, the bottom 5 of this order has been terrific tonight for Georgia. And Oriach is 2 for 3 on the night with a 3-run homer pitched to him. Fastball strike. Oriach had a 3-run homer in the first, and he singled and scored in the 5th. Fly to very deep right in the other at bat. Swing, ground ball left side. Cormier to his knees, gets up, throws to first, got him! Oh, what a play! Cormier to his knees. He popped up and threw out Oriach at first. And that's our defensive play of the game, presented by Cook's Pest Control. The best defense for your home is Cook's Pest Control. The South's most trusted name in pest control since 1928, the official pest control provider of the Auburn Tigers. 1 down, and here's Colby Branch. Branch had a 3-run homer in the 5th. This is the difference in the ball game right now. Pitch to him. Up and in, ball 1.
There was a play in the 5th when Phelps hit kind of a swinging bunt to the left side, and Cormier did not come off the mound.
Pitch. Chopper foul, third base side. A ball and a strike.
That time you see a much faster reaction. He was really the only guy, I think, that was going to have a chance to throw out Oriach, and he did.
A ball and a strike to Colby Branch. 1 for 2 on the night with a 3-run homer. That came back in the 5th inning. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. A ball and 2 strikes.
Boy, the off-speed stuff from LJ has been really, really good tonight. The home run was on a fastball. They haven't made good contact on a breaking ball to this point.
LJ winds in the 1-2. It misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Auburn baseball brought to you in part by Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. 2-2 pitch to Branch. Here it is. It dropped low. Count goes full. Ryan Black in the 9-hole waits on deck for Georgia.
Branch now thinks LJ has to throw a fastball. It'll be interesting to see if Cormier gives that to him here after missing twice in a row with a curve.
3-2 pitch to Branch. Swing and a miss. He did not throw the fastball.
No, but I guarantee you Branch thought he was. He was getting a fastball there, and as a result, he was early and he couldn't catch it.
Third strikeout for Cormier, the 8th of the night for Auburn pitching. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. 2 outs, and Ryan Black to the plate. A single, a fly out, and a strikeout for Black. Winding the pitch from Cormier. Swing and a miss. At the changeup.
It's just set so well. It starts at the knees and drops a little bit. Doesn't start too high, doesn't start too low.
0-1 pitch. Line drive into center field. Will get down for a base hit. That was an off-speed pitch that he waited on.
And it was more up. He left that one up, really, for the first time tonight.
Second hit of the night for Black. And now that flips the order to the top, and Trey Phelps to the plate.
Yeah, the bottom third of their order now has 6 hits.
And the bottom 4 in the order has scored 6 of their 9 runs. Now Phelps at the plate. Watch out for this guy. Black at first. 2 outs, the pitch. Curveball drops in for strike 1. Phelps struck out in the first and the second. A walk in the 4th and reached on an infield single in the 5th. 2 outs, a runner at first for Georgia. Bulldogs lead the Tigers 9-6. Stretch. Long set in the 0-1. Phelps fouled it back and had a home run cut. 0-2. Nine runs, 12 hits, an error, 6 men left for Georgia. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 7 left for Auburn. 0-2 to Phelps, 2 down, a runner at first. Stretch by Cormier, and a throw to first, runner back.
Couple of finals on the Yellowwood scoreboard. Florida beats LSU 11-1 tonight in Baton Rouge. Gators win the series. They get to 17-12 in SEC play, and Ole Miss pounded Alabama 9-0 in Tuscaloosa.
0-2 to Phelps. Runner goes, pitch, ground ball to Gravar at third. He throws to second for the out. Well, Black started, stopped, and then started again. It didn't matter. It's forced out at second base, and the inning comes to a close. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. 7th inning, stretch time at the ballpark. Is there another comeback in this Auburn ball club? The Tigers trail 9-6. Stay tuned. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
This game recap is presented by Regions Bank. Regions is a proud partner of Auburn University and the official bank of the SEC.
Lots to recap in this one. Georgia leads 9-6. Bulldogs scored 5 runs before the folks settled into the ballpark tonight. Coming in the first, the big blow, a 3-run homer from Jordy Oriach. Auburn got 2 in the bottom of the inning. It was a 5-2 ball game. Georgia scored 3 more times in the 5th, and Auburn came back with 4 of its own in the 4th. A solo homer in the 6th inning for the Bulldogs from Ryan Lujo, and the Dogs lead 9-6 as Auburn comes to the plate in the bottom half of the 7th. Paul Farley has thrown 30 pitches as he works to Auburn in the 7th inning. And he will get Bingaman, Terrell, and Gregorio for Auburn. Down 3, 9-6, Dogs lead it. Third baseman Phelps, a step behind the bag, and he guards the line at third. Stretch in the pitch. Bingaman swings and misses. Farley, the second pitcher of the night, followed Dylan Vignew, who went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 5 runs on 7 hits. 0-1 pitch. Inside, a ball and a strike to the Auburn first baseman. Bingaman singled home 2 runs in the first, lined to center in the 3rd, and singled home 2 more runs in the 5th. Went all the way to 3rd. He ended up scoring in the inning. He awaits the 1-1. Here it is. Right down the middle for strike 2.
Crossed him up there.
Yeah.
I think he was looking for something else. Pass ball at the knees at 90.
He better be looking for something else right here on a 1-2 pitch coming up. Farley comes set. Now the 1-2. Swing a line drive into left center field. Left fielder on his horse, and he makes the catch. Ishikawa ran that one down in left center field.
He was playing in left center, and man, that's where Bingaman hit it. That's a good swing, but they had him aligned defensively really well, and then Ishikawa ran it down.
1 down for Bub Terrell. Fielder's choice in the first. He grounded back to the pitcher in the 4th and reached on a walk in that 4-run 5th inning. Looking for his first hit of the weekend. Pitch to him, a little bit low. Bub with 12 homers, 36 runs batted in. Farley comes set. 1-0 pitch. Bub takes it inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
2 really good takes. He knows the book against him. They're going to try to pound the inside corner, maybe even go down a little bit with something that spins, and he's been able to hold off the first 2.
Second time through the order now for Auburn as Bub Terrell faces Farley, who comes set, the 2-0. Bub lines at first base side, but foul. 2-1. One out, nobody on for Auburn. Bottom of the 7th. Tigers trail 9-6, trying to come back against Georgia and even this series. Dogs won here last night 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Bub deep to left. Back is Ishikawa. He looks up. Gone! Home run, Bub Terrell! 13th home run of the year for DeMarion. Where the wall angles down from the War Eagle wall is where Bub hit it. And it's 9-7. Auburn's first home run of the weekend.
Opposite field. So many good things happen when you go opposite field.
Here's Logan Gregorio. Hit by a pitch in his last at bat against Farley, who comes inside and misses for 1-0. Gregorio 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter last night. He's 0 for 2 today.
This will be the 40th pitch from Farley.
The stretch and the 1-0. Curveball. Didn't get the call. 2-0 the count.
There is activity in the Georgia bullpen. I don't know if that's still Brown or if it's somebody else at this point.
Farley comes set, the 2-0.
Gracious.
Strike call off the inside corner.
And at the shins.
Two balls and a strike to the Auburn DH. Ballou waits on deck. Here's the 2-1. Gregorio up the middle, hits the pitcher, bounces to the shortstop. He throws to first for the out. I don't think it hit the pitcher. I think it hit the mound. And Branch threw him out at first. If that doesn't hit the mound, it's into center field for a base hit. It's been that way. It's been that way for Auburn for a while, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. And I'll say it did hit Farley, so.
All right, so it is 1-6-3. All right, so if it doesn't hit him, it's a base hit.
Yeah.
All right, Ballou at the plate, 2 outs and nobody on. A run home for Auburn, making it 9-7. Stretch in the pitch. Cade takes a strike. Off speed at 85. Ballou is grounded to short, struck out looking, and a single that scored a run back in the 5th. Farley off the stretch, and the 0-1. Ballou swings and misses.
He was behind 0-2 in the 5th before he worked it back full and then singled.
Farley comes set. He's ahead 0-2 to Ballou. Here comes the pitch. It drops low. A ball and 2 strikes to the Auburn center fielder.
Watching Lujo in center. He moved from right center to closer to left center before that last pitch, and they were set up away.
Ballou no homers, 9 runs batted in this season. 1 for 3 tonight with an RBI. He's behind a ball and 2 strikes. Stretch in the pitch. Miss low, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to the Auburn center fielder. Farley comes set above the belt. There's the pitch. Ballou hits it. 2 hops to Branch at short. Throws to first. Out. And Auburn may want to challenge that one. Branch took his time to throw out Ballou at first.
Auburn's challenging the out call at first base. This play's under review.
That's Derek Malika.
Ballou can fly.
Yeah. That ball took 2 hops to get to Branch. And we'll get another look at the replay here. Got him. I think just barely.
I think so too. Georgia's convinced they're coming off the field.
Much as I hate to say it.
Yep.
After review, the runner's out at first base. Auburn's out of challenges.
I still think that's a low risk
challenge.
You're in the 7th inning. All right.
A run on a hit, no errors and no one left. Tigers 1 run closer. We go to the 8th. Georgia 9, Auburn 7. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Looking for a street-legal golf car? Diamond Golf Cars has the largest selection in the state, and the Auburn store is right off Oplaca Road, closer than you think. With locations in Auburn, Birmingham, and Huntsville, they've been raising the bar since 2012 in golf car sales and service. Need a tune-up? Diamond Golf Cars is full service for all your golf car needs, and they offer pickup and delivery. Carrying brands such as EasyGo, Club Car, Yamaha, and much more. Visit DiamondGolfCars.com today and drive different. Drive Diamond.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Two, 3, and 4 hitters for Georgia in the 8th. Bulldogs lead the Tigers 9-7. Are you looking for fresh seafood? Wharf Casual Seafood serves seafood sourced from American waters. Not a seafood fan? No problem. They also serve burgers, salads, chicken, and more. Wharf Casual Seafood, 6 locations across central Alabama. It's a big inning for L.J. Cormier as he will get Jackson, O'Shaughnessy, and Lujo in the 8th inning. Jackson 1 for 4 in the night with an infield single in the first. He scored a run in the first. Cormier, the wind and the pitch. Swinging a fly ball to right, long run, and McCrane's not going to get there. Jackson will hold up with a bloop single down the right field line.
He's had a couple of those this weekend. Balls that weren't tattooed, that just happened to drop. And Auburn hasn't had a 1-2-3 inning defensively tonight.
Here's Michael O'Shaughnessy. Singled in the second. Has struck out twice. He's also popped out tonight. Tigers trail 9-7. A leadoff single for Jackson. Could be out there to run. He has 24 stolen bases. The pitch. O'Shaughnessy, a foul tip in and out of the glove of Freilich.
Yeah, especially with Cormier being more discretionary with the fastball, and he's throwing so he's throwing mostly change-ups and breaking balls. Might feel like he has a little extra step.
Jackson 24 out of 25 stolen bases. Throw over and he's back. He's looking to become one of the very few ever in the 25-25 club. 25 stolen bases and 25 homers. He has 26 home runs. Hit his 26th last night.
It's only happened 5 times before. Only 5 players.
Big lead over there at first for Jackson. The pitch. High with the fastball. 1-1 to O'Shaughnessy, who may try to concentrate more on fastballs with Jackson at first base. Cormier stretches. 1-1 pitch. Strike, fastball on the outside edge.
What
1
a
and
spot.
2.
What a spot to hit with that.
O'Shaughnessy has hit into 3 double plays this season. Auburn does have the shift on. Rembert out into right center field. Throw to first. Jackson is back. You know, Rembert isn't in right center field. He is in shallow right field.
Yeah.
And McCrane on the first base side of second base. 1-2 to O'Shaughnessy. Throw over again. Closer. Jackson had lengthened his lead over there. Reminder, Auburn doesn't have any more challenges left.
And if you weren't around in the first inning, there was a play where Auburn thought it had Jackson picked off. They reviewed it. They lost the challenge.
1-2 he goes. Swing and a miss. Throw to second base. Safe. Auburn doesn't have a challenge. They'd love to challenge that play. You know what? They've just called it out. It's going to be interference on the batter.
Yep.
Freilich had to throw around him, and Jackson is out. And now Georgia. I don't know if you can challenge this or not.
Well, O'Shaughnessy is out, And
Right.
Jackson will have to go back to first.
And Wes Johnson is asking for a challenge. I'm not sure this is challengeable. So Jackson does go back to first. No, he's coming off the field, Brad.
So they're both out.
Yes, they're both out. On batter's interference by O'Shaughnessy, it's a double play.
How about that?
He was in there.
Yeah.
He had his 25th stolen
did.
base.
Wow, what a turn.
2 outs, nobody on, and here's Rylan Lujo. Has had a good night. He's 2 for 4. Singled and scored in the first, and hit a 2-run homer here, or hit a solo home run here in the 6th inning. He bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Pitch bounces up there, ball 1. Lujo steps out, back in. Auburn has not faced just 3 batters in an inning tonight. 1-0. Off the end of the bat to Bingaman. He may flip. No, yeah, he does. He flips. It's close, but he's out at first with Cormier covering. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. No runs, a hit, no errors, and no one left. Georgia leads Auburn 9-7. Auburn baseball continues in a minute.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wynn Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wynn Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Back to Plainsman Park for more Auburn baseball against Georgia.
Peppertree pitching change for the Bulldogs as Auburn comes to bat in the 8th inning, trailing by 2 at 9-7. It is Zach Brown who comes in for the Bulldogs, number 16. He's a right-hander out of Southampton, New York, a transfer from George Washington. 6'2", 202 grad transfer left-hander. Brown on the year 2-0 in 14 outings. He started 5 games, a 3.54 earned run average, 28 innings, 22 hits, 12 runs, 11 earned, 9 walks, 29 strikeouts. He has given up a double and 5 home runs. Teams are hitting .218 against Zach Brown. In SEC play, no record and an earned run average of 4.40. 8 outings, 1 start, 14 1/3 innings, 12 hits, 7 earned runs, 5 walks, 16 strikeouts, a double and 4 homers. Opposition hitting .226 against Zach Brown in SEC play. Farley went 2 1/3, gave up a run on 3 hits. The run was Bub Terrell's homer. He hit a batter, 47 pitches, 27 strikes. Farley out, Brown in to face McCrane, and Guevara in the 8th inning.
9-7 Bulldogs. Dogs about hit the Tigers tonight, 13-10. Both teams have stranded 7 tonight. Brandon McCrane is 1 for 3 with a bunt single. He scored back in the 5th. Corners play up. First pitch. McCrane bunts it, pops it up, right to the catcher in foul ground. 1 out.
Well, on the first pitch, you just
trying to catch him off guard.
Yep.
And now his brother Mason to the plate. Mason is 1 for 4 with a single. Tigers trail 9-7. Brown, the wind of the pitch. It misses outside and off the glove of the catcher. Georgia with 3 homers on the night, Auburn with 1. Tigers trail 9-7. We're in the 8th. 1 out, pitch. Inside corner, it's a strike. 1-1 the count to Mason McCrane. Brown, the wind, the pitch. It misses low. 2 balls and a strike. Outfield play straight away with McCrane at the plate. Infield plays back. Brown, the pitch on the way. Fly ball into right. Shy of the warning track. Black is there to make the catch. 2 outs.
Threw him a changeup. Mason didn't have any. Just couldn't get full leverage behind the swing.
And here's Guevara with 2 outs and nobody on. Eric 0 for 4 on the night, 0 for 8 this weekend. Drove in Auburn's only run last night. They guard the line at third, the pitch. It misses inside for ball 1. Freilich on deck. Love to get him up with 2 outs in this inning. 1-0 pitch to Guevara. Here it is. Chopper foul. 79 on the off-speed pitch. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, much slower breaking ball for Brown than we saw from Vigu or Farley.
2 outs and nobody on for Auburn in the 8th. 1-1 pitch. Fastball on the inside corner, strike 2. 1-2.
Does he get another fastball this at bat?
I'd be surprised.
Me too.
Open stands from the right side. He awaits the 1-2. Here it is. Swing and a miss at a pitch that wasn't close, friends. It wasn't close.
Man.
And Guevara is down on strikes, and Auburn goes down in order in the 8th. We go to the 9th. Georgia 9, Auburn 7. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Where were you when this happened?
Ross swings enough drive to deep left field. That one's gone. That one's gone. Auburn wins. Auburn wins. Auburn wins. Auburn wins. Auburn wins. I don't believe it, Ross. A 3-run homer. The Tigers win.
Don't miss the next heart-pounding moment. This is your home for Auburn baseball, the Auburn Sports Network.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
(9-7) Georgia. The Bulldogs come to the plate in the top half of the 9th. Boy, just imperative for this Auburn defense and L.J. Cormier to keep it a 2-run game and give Freilich and Rembert and Bingaman an opportunity in the bottom half of the 9th. Game 3 of this series is tomorrow afternoon at 2. Don't forget the Plainsman Plaza opens at 11. All kinds of live entertainment, food trucks, all kinds of fun. You do need to have your ticket to get into the Plainsman Plaza. And Tiger Walk for the Auburn baseball team at 12:15. We're on the air tomorrow afternoon at 1:45. Graduation ceremonies tomorrow for this Auburn baseball team. Kenny Ishikawa will lead it off against Cormier, who has thrown 42 pitches tonight. He winds and fires. Ishikawa out in front. 0-1.
Let me back up the point you made. You got the part of the lineup that's done the damage for you tonight up in the bottom of the 9th. That trio, Freilich, Rembert, Bingaman, are 6 for 10 with 5 runs scored and 5 runs batted in.
0-1 pitch to Ishikawa. He shows bunt, takes strike 2. Cormier has gone 3 2/3 innings tonight, giving up a run on 4 base hits. The only run, a home run to Ryan Lujo back in the 6th. Tigers trail 9-7. 0-2 to Ishikawa. Bounces past Frelick off the backstop. Kulik is throwing in the Auburn pen. We saw him Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And he threw well at Jacksonville State.
He's thrown now, I think, 5 or 6 outings in a row without a run surrendered.
A ball and 2 strikes to Ishikawa. He leads off the Georgia 9th. Wind in the pitch. It misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Wynn and Oriach to follow. This has been a very productive part of the Georgia order tonight. 2-2. Ishikawa reaches down and fouls it out of play.
That's a good swing with 2 strikes.
Yep. Ishikawa from Yokohama, Japan, and a transfer from Seattle University. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball into center. Ballou back, now in 2 steps, and that's the first out of the inning.
Another really good job by this freshman, Cormier, to come in, and he's now at 48 pitches through 4 innings.
Well, he's an important part of this Auburn pitching staff as this team gets ready for the SEC tournament next week.
Yeah.
Wrapping it up, hopefully a host in a regional and a super regional in Omaha and all of that. He will be an important part of it. Pitch on the way to win. Off the end of the bat into center. It's going to be a long run for Ballou, but he gets there. 2 outs.
Yeah, some frustration with the early deficit tonight. Let's remember, no matter what happens here, Auburn's seeding could be affected if they can't come from behind and win the series because of what some other teams are doing on this final weekend of the regular season.
Seeding for the SEC tournament.
For the SEC tournament.
Right.
Auburn's resume to host a regional and to be a national seed isn't going to take a hit because of the RPI dynamics of this weekend.
There's Jordy Oriach, first pitch in there for a strike. Oriach hit a 3-run homer in the first, fly to deep right field in the 3rd, singled and scored in the 5th, and tapped out to the pitcher on a great play by Cormier. He swings and reaches down and he fouls it out of play, and it's 0-2. For Auburn, Frelick, Rembert, and Bingaman. Tigers right now trail 9-7 with 2 outs in the ninth. Pitch on the way to Oriach. Missed a little bit low, ball and 2 strikes.
Be interesting to see if they stay with Brown or if they bring in Bird.
Right. Pitch. Oriach to center. Ballou is there. All 3 outs that he records, and for the first time, a true 1-2-3 inning recorded by an Auburn pitcher. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Tigers trail 9-7. Stay tuned, friends. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks, and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Back to more of the Tigers and Bulldogs from Plainsman Park.
We go to the bottom of the 9th. 9-7. Georgia leads it. Auburn trailed 8-2 at one point. It's 9-7 as we go to the 9th with Frelick, Rembert, and Bingaman. Coming to the platter, Zach Brown on the hill, his second inning of work. He set down Auburn in order in the 8th. Third game of this series tomorrow afternoon at 2. Plainsman Plaza opens at 11. Tiger Walk at 12:15. Our coverage on the Auburn Sports Network. And the final game of the regular season will begin at 1:45 tomorrow afternoon. Chase Fralick has been on base all 4 times tonight. Hit by a pitch, he scored in the first, singled in the third, walked and scored in the 5th, and singled in the 6th. Tigers trail 9-7. Brown threw 9 pitches to retire Auburn in order in the 8th inning. Pitch on the way to Fralick. A little bit up, 1-0. Fralick has raised his average to .327 this season. 13 homers and 42 runs batted in for the Auburn catcher. Now the 1-0. Inside corner, off-speed pitch, strike 1, 1-1 the count. The right-hander, Brown, comes home. The pitch, swing, drive into center. To his right, Lujo. Back a couple steps, makes the catch, 1 out. First time that Rembert has been retired tonight. And Brown has retired all 4 men he's faced. Here's Chris Rembert. Pair of doubles tonight for Rembert. He scored twice, driven home a run. He's also struck out and flied to right. Tigers need a base runner here in the 9th to have a chance. Pitch on the way. In there for a strike. Stretch. Now the 0-1 to Rembert. Swing and a miss, an off-speed pitch. 0-2 the count. Oh, and 2 now to Rembert. Watch out for the slider off the outside corner. Pitch is on the way. He throws it there. Didn't get the call. He actually threw the fastball at 92. Maybe missed a little bit outside. Didn't miss by much. 1-2 the count to Rembert. Bingaman waits on deck. Brown winds and fires. Rembert line drive caught by Branch. He hit it off the end of the bat. And Georgia is within an out of the series. And in a win in game 2 as we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Two outs and nobody on for Bingaman in the 9th. Tigers down 9-7. The pitch, fastball for strike 1. Outfield plays Bingaman to hit the opposite way. He awaits the 0-1. And he sends it into center. Lujo is there. And Georgia wins the ball game. Bulldogs win the game. Bulldogs win the series. Brown comes in, retires all 6 men he faces. And the Bulldogs win this one by a score of 9-7. Stay tuned. The Regions Bank postgame show is next. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Alabama Power is here for you.